Ready, set, go.
Hi, guys. So early. Are we early? We're not early.
I swear we're not early. He's just talking about daylight savings time. What a whiner.
Oh.
What a whiner.
Because he's from Arizona where things are weird. That's why. Because he didn't daylight save.
He's complaining, but really all daylight savings time did was make it so he gets to see us 1 hour sooner.
How could you not like that?
I don't.
Jorgensen, why is that a complaint?
Seriously.
He's cheering right now. He has a balloon.
Yeah.
And just one.
Just one.
Yep.
It's yellow.
Look, we already have pairings. We don't have players sat down just yet. But it's kind of weird how our timer starts before players even get seated, but I guess that's how it works. Round 1 underway.
That's what we were
says the chat
at.
sheet.
Yep.
Here we go.
Round 1.
So we're going to change our round timer
way.
To I just covered it up.
We're the weird ones because you guys arbitrarily decide to change what time it is. That is true. Arizona does not change their time. It's genius. It's absolutely genius.
This is way too difficult for me to ever figure out. I spent more time figuring this out
I have no idea.
than adding 50 minutes to 24-hour time is like the most complex thing ever.
Is it really?
It takes me longer than it should. Does 57 work? 1957? Is that
1957?
Yep,
That's
that
when
works.
the round ends.
That works. Look, we did it. Well done.
All right, so we can watch Brian Atkin versus Terry Dixon, or Joshua Carson versus Davis.
Let's see Brian versus Terry.
Brian versus Terry.
I think.
Okay.
Brian's gonna come in and interrupt.
Ugh.
Brian is playing Tezzerator Stacks.
Yeah.
Tezzerator Stacks.
I was guessing that he was going to play something more interesting than Burn versus some Grixis, I believe.
I mean, the other match will be cool to watch because Davis is on Bad Miracles, but
yeah, I think his opponent's just on Burn though. We shall see. Thank you, sir.
Brian bringing in our updates. The love of Tez. Yeah, we got to see some Tez Friday. Oh man, can I just say we like after Friday, we have chairs everywhere now. Like
because there was so many people.
Because we didn't have enough chairs, right. So like I came in the next day, and now we just have a ton of chairs.
Terry's on the left, and he's been doing successfully well with some Sultai Delver or Grixis Delver or 4-colored Delver or without Delver
for him to show us.
Yeah. We've seen a variety of different things, and there's often 1 or 2 cards that are not off of stock lists. Whether it's a wow, I just blanked the name of the card. The pay 2 life, draw 2 cards, black card.
Night's Whisper.
Yeah, Whisper, or 1 or 2 other cards that kind of surprise us. But
you know, every time I see Night's Whisper, I'm like kind of surprised it doesn't see more play. Yeah. It's I mean, yeah, like you lose 2 life, but man, the card's just good. You only have to pay 1 black. It's not like Sign in Blood where you have to have double black. Whoa, starting leyline. So this is a thing that Tezzeret does that pretty much no other deck has the option to do. They will run main deck leyline helm combo.
Yeah.
Main deck.
And that's fun because it hurts some decks horribly.
It's not going to do much to Terry's deck, but I would assume it.
There's a Snapcaster in his hand, so
yeah,
it won't have no effect.
If he is on Delver, it could mess with Gurmag Angler, things like that.
Ancient Tomb on Brian's side, immediately flipping some life totals. It's a new thing we do here. We don't lose life. We flip life.
We flip life.
Yep, we flip it over.
Oh man. Oh man,
some punishment here.
This is a really strong hate hand.
Chalice on 1 is going to get Force of Willed here.
Yeah, I would assume so. Well, why fetch then?
Because maybe he wants to brainstorm first.
I think we're brainstorming.
I think he has a force in hand. So. Yeah. Angler class 6B. How do you like it now?
He does have I do see Belful Strix. I haven't seen any other color mana, but there is a Snapcaster in hand. I would assume that that's going to have a lot less value than normal.
Yeah, if he's not on a Delver build, I suppose it's possible to.
Yep, and we're going to pitch that Snapcaster.
18/18, Tie game.
Tie game.
Feels all tight.
Both players are exactly at the same point in this game.
Inquisition of Kozilek is another card that sometimes is surprising out of Terry. A lot of legacy decks aren't running this card, and it often hits.
I think it hits in pretty much every matchup. The only thing I would be concerned about is things like Jace, Planeswalker, and then we've got smokestacks here that cost 4.
Yeah, or if you're playing against Eldrazi.
Yeah, this is
taking the transmute is the transmute works here pretty easily.
Yeah, he probably does take transmute. I don't think there's any reason to take. Well, I guess if he takes a Mox Diamond. Yeah, I don't see why you take Mox Diamond. Definitely just taking transmute.
That brainstorm should be under the force of will.
It really should. Can you believe this guy?
Yeah. Well, the Mox is a nice. If he had City of Traders instead, right, then it would be great. But here it doesn't do anything at all. So,
You could draw one. You could draw City of Traders.
Putting down a smokestack and then transmuting it later, that'd be neat.
Yeah, it would.
But he needed another mana source to do that.
Yeah, not going to happen. Follow up Delta and a pass. So we see a Tezzeret come off the top for Brian. I mean, he can play the Mox Diamond to get rid of his one land in hand and just hope to find another colored source.
Man, I love we're just jumping right into this. This is some legacy.
Really
we didn't even get to say hi to you guys. We just sat down. Legacy.
No,
it's happening.
I didn't want to say hi. I've said hi to these people enough.
Yeah, the order matters, but right. It doesn't matter because of Leyline. They're all exiled. Correct. You don't have to keep track of the order when things are just getting exiled.
The Snapcaster is just funny exiled.
Yeah, it's tapped in exile. He might not, but he's probably aware.
Well, the fact that he pitched Snapcaster, I'm pretty sure he's aware that the Snapcaster doesn't do anything. But
it's one of those just habitual things where you put cards in graveyards.
All right, what are we losing here? We're losing Stacks and Tez, and so all that's left here is just the smokestack.
So I think we can safely say Terry's just on the Grixis build.
Jace the Mind Sculptor is the draw.
We haven't seen any green from him. If you want to label it, you can. He certainly might have a tropical island or something, but...
Do we know just like a Grixis control?
I think he's on Delver.
Grixis?
Sure. We'll just call it Grixis for now.
Okay.
The all-encompassing, never couldn't be wrong. There's
Grixis.
no way he's playing a fourth color. Grixis.
Definitely.
It's a short name for a deck. It fits on a deck list sheet really nicely. All right, he finds a Jace off of Ponder, and he draws his other card off Ponder, which I don't know what that one was. So we're gonna probably gonna have a Jace next turn. Ooh, he had a land.
He's looking for a land for all 3 cards. He's got a Jace, he's got a Smokestack, and a
Tempo Troll. Grixis Tempo Troll. It's more of a combo deck, Jorgensen. Come on.
Fourth color. Help.
So I kind of like holding up the Mox Diamond on Brian's side. This is kind of a percentage play, right? If he had run out his Verdant Catacombs, say, and then he drew another Ancient Tomb, his Mox Diamond would have been live, and he would have had 2 color mana for transmute. Whereas here, if he draws a Soul Land, he's in trouble.
Tempombo or Contrombo? Contrombo?
It's the Legacy Trombone deck.
Oh, Legacy Trombone.
Yep.
No.
Haha, attack for 1. And a fetch land, playing a Deathred Shaman. See, told you there's no green. Chalice of the Void. Might be a little late.
A lot late.
You know, deals himself 2 damage. Terry doesn't really care anymore. He's already got his 1-drop out that he wants to have out. I guess Death Threat doesn't really do a heck of a lot, that does it? Not anything at all.
No.
It eats a few things from Brian's hand or Brian's graveyard, but there's not much in there that actually does anything.
I mean, this game is over regardless of the death rate, but
if Brian quickly finds a helm,
no, I guess that's true.
That ends the game quick.
He needs to find land into helm, and it can't be countered. We're seeing a Fate Seal. Like, this is a Mox Diamond that's on the top. Like, this is just awful.
Nope. See, told you. No 3rd color there. Terry's clearly on 4 color. Like I told you.
Yeah.
Like I said.
It's Grixis until proven otherwise. Yep, there's the Mox Diamond. Not what Brian wants at all. He's just hanging out on 3 mana, and
all right. So here's yeah. Brian's on this one. He's like, yeah, I got a ley line. So he can eat his transmute, or is that? That's not a
transmute. Yeah, that's all.
Jorgensen says hi to MD Hackbird. Man, nobody said hi to us.
Why? Why would you say hi?
But
I don't understand.
I mean, that was really friendly. And it's not even evening wherever he is. It's like
no.
It's like they're still saving daylight.
You don't even have daylight savings time. It's like it's not even evening. I actually have no idea.
I have no idea. It's the southern time zone.
Yeah, southern. There's a Trinisphere off the top for Brian, and it's not going to do much.
Oh, 6 p.m. is still evening.
It is?
Yeah, I guess. What is wrong with us, guys? Do you know what isn't wrong with us? Look at this. Smell that red vine smell. Yeah. Do you actually not want one right now?
I mean, when don't I want a red vine? Let's be real.
This game's over, so we'll just eat red vines, and you guys can listen to us eat them.
Okay.
What is the red vine count? It is now 1 apiece. Well, I mean, I haven't eaten it yet, so it's only 1 bite of 1. -2? Oh no. I don't know what that means.
Me neither. Want to call this one and check up on our backup match?
Let's see how this. Oh, he's just gonna kill himself. There we go. Fetch into Ancient Tomb, dead.
So yes, I think that's yes.
1:20 a.m.
All right.
That's early.
Jumping over to the backup match, we see this is Davis.
Davis is playing what miracles? What did Brian call it?
I think he said bad miracles.
Bad miracles. Oh, near. And I think his opponent Joshua is on burn.
I can never spell
miracles.
Miracles.
Oh, he's not playing burn. He's playing. Is he playing? Blue Red Delver.
Who is this? Oh yeah, this
Joshua.
is Blue Red Delver. Yeah, Joshua.
The burn version of Blue Red Delver. Miracles. Yeah, that's smart. That's miracles. Miracles is the Miri Gael version.
You know what's funny is like every time Miracles comes up on the screen, I just kind of just throw stuff out there.
You guys see that? You guys see that? I can't do it. Right there. It's over. Wow, this is really hard.
That in that direction.
Search for Azcanta flips over. We're at that stage of the game.
We are.
I don't know anything else that's happening. Davis is down to a very killable 8 life because Price of Progress is main deck in this deck. So that's 1 Price of Progress and 1 more burn spell from Joshua.
Did you guys hear about the Price of Progress buyout? Did you?
No.
Let's pull it up.
What? How do you buy out Price of Progress?
Not Price of Progress. Oh, back to basics. Sorry.
That makes a lot more sense. Price of Progress was just recently reprinted.
Both of them
like,
punish.
It was an
basics,
internal
my bad.
masters.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Jorgensen and I are like,
I said the wrong thing. I'll pull it up though. It's great. It's crazy.
It's up to like what, 50, 35, 90, 90,
80,
60?
90.
Wow.
80, 90.
Because it's a reserve list card.
Is
Or
it?
no, it's not. It's
I don't
not
think
even
it
a
is.
reserve list card, is it?
Sorry, guys. I said the wrong card. Back to basics.
There's one for $90.
Price of Progress is not a sought out card. Sorry, like my mind just went straight to back to basics. I don't know why.
It might be simply a GP. Let's buy it out. Be the only people at the GP that have it, and just spike the price to try and sell things there, or something weird.
No.
No, it's not uncommon. It's a rare.
It's rare.
And it's been sitting at right like $20 to $30 for quite a few years now.
Kind of crazy.
So we're at the weird counterbalances in play stage, which makes Joshua's play a lot harder. Davis looks to have gained a little bit of life. No, he's been at 8 this whole time, huh? So POP, P little O, big P little O,
Pop.
big P, as you like to type it, is super live along with a Fire Blast. 2 counterbalance triggers with a fetch land in play as well. That seems pretty good chance of countering this one off counterbalance.
I have the same mentality, Nate. I just look at that and I'm like, yeah, I'll just get reprinted sometime. Like, whatever. Kind of a silly thing to buy out.
Very, since if any deck plays them, they play like one
or two,
maybe. So Predict was shown off counterbalance. Davis just swords is the Swift Spear in response. Joshua has a Brainstorm he's going for first here. And we'll get past back. I'm not sure if he actually gained life off of that Swords of Pashas or not. Didn't even hit the exile either.
Nope. Never mattered.
It's Blue Red Delver. It's not coming back.
No.
His graveyard effectively is exile.
They're all the same.
You bought it for $17.25. Yeah. See, I told you they were $20.
I agree, though, Jorgensen. In 4 years,
Yeah.
it's $10. It'll be $10 again. It'll be printed as a mythic in a $12 back set.
You traded to and it hit 40. Yeah. Well, it's whatever it's at right now. It's going to jump right back down. Greetings, Argothian Enchantress. Way to just tune in. That is the perfect time to do it.
Is it?
Now.
Oh.
If everyone tuned in right now,
Then it would be perfect.
there'd be a lot of people watching.
Yeah. Yeah. If everybody did tune in right now, that would be a lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. In fact, that would include the people in our tournament, so that'd be bad.
There's a slight delay. Delver won. So this match feels like eventually it's going to be over, and Davis is going to win. Do you want to check and see where we're at in our match?
Yeah.
Since we're just
started.
jumping in this one. So this is what we were watching earlier. This is Terry on 4-color. He won game 1. Brian kind of got mana screwed.
Never found that 4th mana. Kind of matters when your whole hand is like Smokestack, Jace, and Tezzeret.
So Transfer gets Force of Willed. This time Terry has a live Delver. Not Delver. Deathrite. One of those legacy 1-drops.
Yeah, that thing.
And he shows off
Chromox? Did not see the other card. Is it just a land?
It's just a land. Yep. So Brian's down to nothing in hand. It looks like he may have mulliganed once. Without actually doing the math there. Or twice, actually. Does anyone want a set?
Want to set a what?
Of
Back to Basics.
Back to Basics, because Minifer owns 6 copies.
Is that all?
You should find a buyer today, because if they're at anywhere between $50 and $80, that's a joke. There's 3 for sale right now on TCG, and they're all above $50. Death Right. My favorite combination cards. That's my kind of combo deck right there. 2 Death Rights, 1 land. That's all you need.
I think it's quote 16.
None of them are black. It's a slow kill. Transmute that Mox. Never mind.
Red Elemental Blast. Coming through there for Terry.
Reb, as the kids are calling it these days.
Never heard the kids call it that.
That's what they call it.
Most kids I know don't play Legacy. It's just an attack. Nobody got that.
Hey, MD Hackbert. Just because you're not in with what the kids are calling things these days. Red Elemental Blast. What are we talking about?
MD Hackbert has to come in and say something, because he's the one who like throws us like random like 3 letters, and we're just like trying to make sense of these 3 letters. Oh yes.
Red Vine, is it? More. Can you guys smell Can you smell it? That red vine smell? That's a good smell. I think it doesn't actually have a taste. It just has a smell.
Mm-hmm. You think I can smell that?
Uh-huh. When it's really close, you can smell it. Pretty sure. That's a question mark afterwards. Was it a yes or no question? I don't know.
No idea. I can't make sense of the ones that only have 3 letters.
Yes, Jorgensen, please. Would you explain how the internet works?
Yes. I'd very much like
Hey.
to hear this.
If you see a red vine, there is something like in your brain that goes, suddenly you trigger the smell, and you actually can kind of almost, for a moment, I'm making things up, but it's interesting, right? Come on.
No, keep going. You're doing great. Land number 3. That's enough to cast stuff through Trinisphere. Here's an Abrupt Decay. Targeting Trinisphere. No more 3-ball.
What? No, I'm confused. That's an attack for 5.
It's a series of tubes.
Brian is just not finding. He's finding the elements that aren't doing anything at all.
Right, but want to know what else is tubes, Jorgensen? Red vines.
Came full circle.
Which basically makes what you're saying completely irrelevant.
Here's an attack. Leovold, shaking hands. Brian goes down to 8. Edible straws. I haven't used a red vine as a straw in a very long time.
Years. Mm-hmm.
All right, here's a transmute that might resolve. And it might not matter at all.
Sour Punch straws are also edible straws. They're actually called straws, though. Red vines are just vines, which are really just tubes, which is basically the same thing as the internet.
Did he sack an artifact, or is he just going to search without sacking anything? I think that's the play. Transmute is a antiquities card, so it's templated awesomely. It has words on it that make no sense. You have to read it like 3 times before you actually get through it. Yes, I believe so. last time I didn't read it, you had to sacrifice. Do you want to transmute us? Oh, look. Sacrifice an artifact. If you do, search your library for an artifact card. See, that's not what's written on the card, though. If you follow the wording on the actual original text, you search first, which is weird. And then you also choose one to sacrifice.
So he sacrificed the seat?
Yeah.
Sacrificed.
The Oracle text, which is the correct way to play the card, you sacrifice first. And then if you do, you get to search. Go ahead and show them the old one.
Yep.
Since we're right there talking about it and pulled it up and everything.
It's pretty much a card that's like super easy to understand and read, right?
Why is our thing slightly off? That's annoying. So here's the original text, which is obviously what he's playing with. And if you can see that, which you probably can't, it says search for your library for one artifact and immediately place it into play. Also, choose any artifact in play that you control and place it into its owner's graveyard. And then you have to pay the difference. But a little bit different than Oracle text.
Yeah, Terry takes this one.
Tez didn't get to Tez or stacks.
No, it did neither of those things.
It got to do nothing. Which old legacy playable card has the biggest text? That would be Chains, wouldn't it?
I kind of feel like there's no way it's Chains. It might be Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library is a little crazy.
No, Chains is...
You think Chains has more
I
words?
think so.
I don't think that's that many.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just the most complicated combination of words. Library.
Whoa.
Whoa, look, we're still in the same game. And Davis has another counterbalance. And a very highly ticked up Jace.
Throw an extra letter in there somewhere. I swear it.
Oh, almost. One more up.
It's pretty wordy.
Hello!
Zolia, welcome.
We're in an exciting round one of Delverness. He just needs a Fire Blast. If he could somehow successfully get a Fire Blast through...
But what if a Terminus was on top of the deck?
Then this game is pointless. There's no points.
Actually, I can spot 4 points on each card.
Nope. He's talking about like creatures that actually poke things, right? And that have points.
They have
and
like...
there's no points.
So there has to be like a spear or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a price of progress.
Price of progress.
This is lethal.
This is very lethal. Something gives me a feeling this isn't going to resolve.
I mean, he does have a counterspell in hand, so there's 9 different ways to counter this. He's going to activate Search for Azcanta, which is now no longer Search for Azcanta. It's the flipped version. Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin.
The Sunken Ruin.
And whiffs on the first counterbalance trigger. He moves to the counterspell phase. Oh, Josh has a Force of Will.
Get it, Josh. Jumbo's boss.
He's going to force the counterspell. Davis has a Force of Will of his own, right? Man, this is so riveting and exciting. One player has 19 cards in their hand. The other one has 3. There's no way that this is perfectly fair and balanced. Force gets forced. And Joshua goes, yeah, you got me. There's some pointing going on. That was game 1.
No, remember, no points. No points.
This game is pointless. There was pointing, I saw it. Susang, did he have a Susang? He maybe did.
He had a Susang, yeah.
That card is very bad. It has... Okay, I wouldn't say it's very bad. Occasionally, the card is actually pretty decent, right? If you're in a game where you're sitting on turn 100 and you've got 95 lands in play, the ability to stack your entire deck is actually pretty cool. It's also not horrible in that I think some opponents look at it and go, I have to counter that. And so they use up counter magic on a fairly not good card. It's extremely bad. Okay, man with a plan It's telling me that I'm wrong. Yeah, it seems like a lot of Legacy players, Miracles players, tried it out, and the deck is good enough that one or two Susang doesn't ruin the deck. It can still perform, and so there were some decks that had top placings with Susang, but I think almost all of them have gone away from Susang. So it is a little surprising to see it.
Slime, hello, welcome. I want to say, we've definitely seen some Susang played here, but not a ton, right? Like I feel like our Miracles players messed with it for a moment, and then moved on.
Yeah. But there's other things to use it for.
That's okay, Slime. You don't need to play Legacy to be here. You just need to enjoy Legacy, which everybody does. So
yeah, Legacy is fantastic. We've got a variety of decks in the room. You'll see some top tier decks and some kind of more tier 2 or tier 3 decks that are getting tried out.
You should fix that. It is a real problem.
I guess it depends on your definition of much. If much Legacy is like every day of the week, I don't play much Legacy either. If much Legacy is twice a week, then yeah, I play twice a week.
Guess how much Legacy I get to play? No paper.
None.
0 paper.
Oh, and yet you probably play more than all of us.
Not recently. Not in the last week or so.
No, but before that, you were playing every day.
I was playing a lot. It's so much fun. Every deck just kind of has its own things to just take from it and love, I guess.
HC Fox comes in with the very deep and...
It's late because he's been thinking really, really hard about the pun.
You went undefeated last night versus the bye. What is the bye?
You know what, Hackbert? I've never lost a single game to the bye.
I don't think I actually know what the bye is.
The bye.
What is the bye?
You've never beaten the bye?
I don't know.
I hear he's usually pretty easy to beat.
It's not a good matchup, I hear.
What?
Yeah.
Everybody beats the bye, dude. You
can't not beat
the bye.
I don't even know what it is.
What?
I lovingly got a bye last Friday. We went to 4 rounds, and I was 0-3 because I was playing a horrible deck. No, was it last Friday? Whatever, a week ago, and I got a bye. It was sad.
Sanguinius, how? How do you lose to the bye?
It was me. I didn't win a game. That whole night, I must have lost.
Tomorrow is your Legacy event. Awesome. Excellent. In Slime, I do think you should fix that. Nobody wants to be known as the standard guy in the chat. Nobody wants that.
Don't play the one that plays further into Winter Orb. 4 times a week. That's a lot of times a week. Chain Lightning right off the bat here for Joshua.
Yeah, I mean this is a matchup where your Chain Lightnings are either going to be targeting or redirecting towards the Jace or going face. I think he probably got rid of a lot of his face damage here. Well, maybe a little. But I'd imagine he's gonna fight a little harder to make his things resolve.
I am not coming down to Phoenix, but I will 90% be in Seattle. In fact, I think Brian is going to be taking my deck down to Phoenix. So I will be there in the cards, in spirit.
Whoa.
Yep.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Lame and not respectable. I like it.
Oh my goodness. What did he do to get a match loss during his bye? Was he like commenting on other people's matches? Or like outside assistance. Yeah, outside assistance. Wow, idiot. Like way to go. Man, lost to the bye. Lost to the bye. Can't even believe that.
We get to see everything that's happening here from Gitaxian Probe. So Davis is playing with his hand up, and that Swift Spear gets exiled to the graveyard. Why not? Chain Lightning to the face. Only 12 more damage to go.
By a fierce and cunning opponent.
Yeah, you're getting all set to like play a real live person, and then you don't get to, and it just throws your whole day out of whack. Counterbalance. Balancing the counters.
This is one of those cards where Joshua really just does not want to have to deal with this. Like most of his cards are 1s and 2s. They're very likely to get countered.
You always make sure to earn your buy by goldfishing.
So he just sits there and runs through a couple games with his deck with no opponent,
and
he beats them down.
Do you have a round 1 buy for Phoenix?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah, Brian was talking to me about it, and he goes, Kyrie, you should have a buy. And I was like, why? I like never play. And he's like, I'm pretty sure it carries. I'm pretty sure that it's still like last year's thing. And I was like, really? Sure enough, I checked, and I've got like over 1,700 Planeswalker points.
That's because you went to a couple GPs
for the
right?
yearly.
Yeah, the team constructed and stuff. Those just
actually, if I day 2 in Phoenix, I should have 2 buys in
Seattle.
In Seattle.
That'd be cool.
Which would be great.
Okay. All right, so here's a lightning bolt. What's happening with this bolt? We have a brainstorm first, trigger, and then brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Predict away and entreat. Draw some cards.
Yeah, not what he's looking for right now.
Let's unban top and fix the problem. Hey, look, it's a Susang. Guys, somebody said this card was extremely bad. It just countered a lightning bolt. Not the counterbalance.
That doesn't seem bad to me.
No, yeah, Susang counters lightning bolts.
Yep.
Proven here on Tuesday Night Legacy.
Actually just happened.
It did.
Yep.
Terminus is a problem. Except, if Terminus didn't exist, wouldn't True Name Nemesis just be more stupider?
More stupider, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, probably.
It's already stupid. And so it'd be more stupider. Here's a Susang in play. Now, this is mean. You get to... He's going to Susay for 1. And fetch. TNN could be banned too. Yeah, let's just ban all the legacy cards.
I think he's just going to hope to see a 1 on the top.
Oh, he can still Susay 1 more time for 3 if he wants to. Whoa.
You can't put cards on the bottom though. You just
yeah, so he shovels and then rearrange the top.
So he has to do it for at least 2.
Innovate. Now wait, does innovate mean print cards that are better than the current cards? Is that what innovate means? TG bot is pretty late. Somebody must be playing. Is Brian playing on Magic Online? Is that what's happening? That's why it popped up.
No, Brian's playing this tournament. I think it's Joe Demestria.
Snapcaster Mage.
Yep.
He likes to snapcast back Swords to Pleasures. Joshua's going, I can't win. That's how this feels.
Yep. Not a whole lot he can do. I mean, he's holding on to a daze that's like never going to do anything.
Oh, this exquisite firecraft
right.
is going to hit.
Yeah, this cannot be countered, right?
Nope.
Yep, just 4 damage. Nothing to do about that. Man, he wants to find like 2 more of those off the top.
Yeah, he would probably win.
He definitely would.
He's probably only playing 2, if he's playing any at all.
Down to 5. Yeah, the anti stuff for sure. Interesting decks. Unfortunately, Magic isn't all about being a good player all the time. Sometimes your opponent plays jealous and you die. Yeah,
and sometimes you just don't draw lands and you die. Or you have to mold a 4.
There are definitely moments where the game does not go to the better player. It's another reason you really just can't feel entitled in a game in a game like this. Anything can happen.
Counterbalance number 2. When 1 isn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
Soothsaying plus counterbalance is against a blue-red Delver player. Has no board presence whatsoever. Feels like a pretty good lock. Ooh, word is now. Has anybody opened Masters 25 yet? Isn't it a little early for that?
Yeah. So there was an opening that happened from, maybe chat knows, but I watched it. Brian and I watched it.
Okay.
The rares were the same in 2 straight boxes. Only 1 rare was different, and I think it was like 1 box in that slot had a Jace the Mind Sculptor, and another one had, and then another one had like a what's the land? Mikakoro. Alpha Investments. Thank you. Open 2 boxes, 23 for the same merge.
Crazy.
25. Yeah, it was insane.
That's the person to give those duplicate boxes to. He's not gonna,
No, it's so bad for Wizards.
Make any sort of emotional response.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're gonna be fine. But like, man, yeah, that's bad. That was bad to those be the boxes you gave to somebody.
You'd rather play against counterbalance. Usually counterbalance is it's not a hard lock anymore, right? Like it used to be with top. Here, as it is with this Soothsaying out, it's a pretty hard lock now. But correct. Usually you can fight through a counterbalance and interact with it. At the very least, you can still abrupt decay it because you have access to your colors. Whereas a well-timed Blood Moon stops that. Chalice, similarly, you can abrupt decay through that too. But I agree. Losing to Blood Moon isn't very fun, but it's tough when your opponent turn 1s you, right? And you're sitting with a handful of fetch lands, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that's true about other combo decks as well.
They're deleting threads on Reddit about it happening elsewhere too. Interesting. It doesn't really affect me too much. I'm definitely not buying a box. So
they're deleting threads on Reddit is an interesting idea. Who's they and who's deleting them? Do you think Reddit is going through and picking and choosing which threads to delete? Like, if they're mappable, it's going to be found out very quickly. It doesn't matter if there's threads or not.
Paragon gets their boxes in tomorrow morning, and we will be opening boxes for product. So we're gonna open 2 cases of the set. Like, we're gonna know.
The mods are deleting threads. Interesting. They're not supposed to do that, as far as I understand. The definition of Reddit. There's a lot that they can delete for, but I don't think they're supposed to do it for that. I heard that Alpha Investments did a shout out of some sort for Paragon for the Tree of Redemption.
Yeah.
Program.
Yeah. The tree guarantee, Tree of Redemption guarantee. And Brian was the person who came up with that.
Yeah.
So if any of you have heard that, the owner here at Paragon City Games is the person who started the Tree of.
Quickly put it out. Seth
from MTG Goldfish.
From Goldfish retweeted it, and then several other stores picked it up like within 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
Very quickly, they had their own graphic and their own little program written in paraphrased words of what Brian had said.
Yep. So it's like the most ridiculous thing to be a mythic. It just makes no sense at all whatsoever.
Can we pre-order the Restored Import box? Yes, you can. You just have to pre-order all the other boxes too.
You mean the case? the case with every box having 1 to 2 Restored Imports? Yeah. Sadatnu, welcome in.
This game feels really similar to the last game.
It feels real over.
Davis is at 1 life. There's still cards that Joshua could top deck and win with.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Very unlikely, but it's possible. We're going to wait till the very end. Joshua goes down to 3. The intensity, the drama, the excitement. He rolls it off the top. He sees a lightning bolt and he goes, "There's no way you don't have 15 counter spells in your hand. Ready? Ready?" Davis says, "I don't know. Which one of these should I counter with?" Counterbalance.
Boom.
That's not exciting. He should have countered with one of his
Snapcaster's
literally 6 counter spells in hand. He was prepared.
Yeah.
So, bad miracles, according to Brian.
Bad miracles.
Because it has Soothsaying, or because it's just bad?
I don't know. I think he got that name from Davis.
Do you still get to pick out 10 tokens? Did Sadatnu win something?
Yeah. It's been a little while. We've already done all those shipments for those. We can probably work something out. I'll talk to Brian.
3 months later, hey.
We actually just had somebody else from that 1K message.
Oh yeah.
Literally early today, and they're like, "Hey, I just barely saw this. Like, can I still collect this?" I'm like, "It's been 3 months." No. There were people that responded like a month and a half later, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, we'll get those out."
Right.
But like, it's been plenty long. If not, it's all good. We can probably work something out because you were responding to us, Sadatnu. I'm sure we can work something out.
Yep.
Just message us.
So here we are. It is Tuesday, the something. What is today?
It is the 13th.
The 13th. And we've got GP Seattle, which is Legacy and some other format that we're not going to talk about. April 5th, starting on April 5th, right? So less than a month away.
Just going to leave that there for people to see.
That price? Yeah. The listed median right now. So it's time to figure out which Legacy deck you're going to play in Seattle.
Yeah.
Chat, how many of you guys that are here with us, there's 23 right now, something like that in chat. How many of you guys are going to play in GP Seattle?
I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'm at a loss. Part of me just wants to take Nick's fit.
MD Hackbert will be there. Slime, not so much.
What? There are people in the chat that won't be there. I don't get it.
Elven
Metal will be there.
Awesome. There. What are you going to be playing, Elven Metal? I'm starting my metagame analysis early.
Right now. Hey, Hackbert.
I'm gonna walk around the room.
So what Nick Fit deck? What Nick Fit deck are you bringing?
Dark depths, some turbo depths.
Hackbert, that's not Nick Fit. Heck, you live in Seattle, so probably. Honestly, $70.
Yeah.
Yep. I just registered today, and like I actually really love the playmat. I saw it and I was like, that's gorgeous, and it's like less than $20, so I was like, fine. But man, whatever happened to mats coming with your event?
Right, especially when the event just keeps going up in price. At least it's not $90 or $100 for the event.
What was that like? Was that Vegas? Where like there were like three. It was the triple GP, and all three of them were $90.
Yeah, that was silly.
It was insane. Just
you don't know what you're gonna play at the Mox Boarding House event? Yeah, see that's it. Okay, so if you're in Seattle, who was in Seattle? Scroll back up. Where'd that go? Scroll up a little bit. Andy.
Elves.
Andy, you're in Seattle.
Yeah.
So several of us are going to be playing at the Mox Boarding House event. It's a 2K.
What was that on Friday?
And it's on the 3rd. It's on a Tuesday. So it's the Tuesday before the GP. And that's only what, like $30 to register for?
Yeah.
So that's actually good EV if that's what you're looking for. It's capped at 128 people. So if any of you guys are interested in doing that.
Oh, it's Wednesdays? Yeah. I thought we were gonna head up and hit that before. I think we're headed up like early Wednesday morning, and we're gonna try to hit.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm leaving Tuesday to get there for Wednesday.
Are we leaving Tuesday?
I am, because I'm flying.
Okay. Man, we probably are. We're gonna be up there a while.
You're gonna want to get in. You're getting in Tuesday night. So,
probably.
Yeah. And that should be a fun event. So if you haven't registered for that, do it now because it's probably pretty full. Playing a big tournament with some actual decent prizes.
It only costs $2,000 to go from Portugal to Seattle. No biggie. Something gives me a feeling even if he wins the tournament, he's really not going to get that back easily.
So I think they figured out that most people don't do GPs for value anymore. They're happy to go. It's a chance to play with a big crowd. It's a chance to play against some talented people.
One thing making the prices higher really does is weed out the people who are competitive and who are not. Like if you feel like you have a shot, then you might be willing to pay $70, right? But like if you're walking in and you do not feel like you're gonna do all that great in the main event, you're probably best off not playing in the main event and just playing a bunch of side events.
Mm-hmm.
Side events are fun, they're great, the EV's quite good, and yeah, they're worth playing.
It's very controlling. Yeah, I heard that when I was watching their stream the other day. That it's a lot of Jaces in the room.
Yeah, just makes me want to play gems there.
$2,000 is a long. That's a lot.
It is.
There are flights from Europe to here that are less than that, but I'm sure that's what it is sometimes.
Yeah, lots of craziness going on. I love walking in and Brian's just like, hey, so this, and this are going on, and I'm going, whoa. All kinds of events. So if you guys don't have Paragon City liked on Facebook, Brian just put together all of our large events for the year. We have a 1K plus.
Yeah, there's
every
a 2K.
month for pretty much the rest of the year.
There's a lot of decent events going on here.
Starting into April.
Yeah, I would check out Paragon City Games' Facebook page that's on their events.
Yeah.
There's some team constructed events.
Yeah, Unified Standard, Modern Legacy.
I think the Unified Standard is only there because it's like the Pro Tour format right during that time, so it's for practice.
We have a lot going on though.
But it should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Portugal seems like it'd be a heavy death and taxes meta.
Maybe.
What? Why would that be a thing
It's
that you would
HC
know?
Fox. I'm sure he has his reasons. I don't usually question him very much.
Does it have a high tax rate? What?
The last time I questioned him, our opponent had a pillow fort up where we couldn't deal damage, and we won through it. So
with a main deck answer.
With a main deck answer.
What is this? What is this
standard thing? Yeah, weird, right?
I've been playing on a computer that has block constructed as its format.
And how are you liking that?
It's interesting. It's actually interesting.
There's just one card, right? It's Carnage Tyrant.
It feels that way sometimes, for sure. It feels like the format is warped around one card.
Yeah. Do not question the Fox. He said words. We all accept them.
Yeah, he just obviously he knows Death and Taxes. Heavy meta there in Portugal.
I'm kind of scared of what else I would believe if he just started spouting off random things, which he is known to do. How is Windows 3.1?
What? Oh, because I'm playing on a computer program with block constructed. Like is that what you're getting at?
They're making fun of whatever it's called, Arena.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. What is this? What is this you speak of?
Standard? What is standard?
Oh, because Portugal has a port in it. Oh, obviously there's a reason why.
It's no coincidence.
So time has obviously been called. Our round timer generously started over again. So we should be pretty close to round 2 here. Yeah. Ah, light bulb. Click. Boop. Do you know how many other countries have ports in them? I mean,
probably more countries.
San Diego. Death in Texas heavy metagame.
Yep. As I said, it's a fact. We're gonna head to Seattle. Prepare for the D&T.
What else has been happening in Magic recently? We had a huge Dominaria leak since I've been here last.
Yes,
that's kind of fun.
I still haven't looked through all of it. I'm kind of one of those people who I learn visually, you know. So like, there's no art to any of it. Can't keep up.
He's got us there. Yep, we don't have very many Death and Taxes here, so obviously, because we don't have a port.
No, so, no Death and Taxes.
Nope.
We have a lot of salt. We have salt flats in Utah.
So we get salty players. We get salty players. There's a port of entry at every border. Come on, Nate. That is triggering to pass. They're not often open, but they're there.
They're there. Yeah, I saw that one stood out new. Damping Matrix, I think, is what it's
brilliantly named. No, Damping Sphere, because the art is a sphere. Is a sphere.
Really? I haven't seen the art.
I don't know. We haven't seen the art. I'm just assuming it's just a sphere that damps things. It just causes dampness.
Getting things all moist.
Yeah, that's a card. No, the format looks cool. I'm excited for it.
It's definitely interesting.
It looks like a fun set to play and draft and mess around with for a little while and trade cards away to EDH players.
I had to laugh. So yesterday Tim comes up to me and he's like, "So are you gonna play Standard tonight?" And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna play Standard." And he's like, "Dude, come on. I have this deck. It's up your alley. Like, play." And I was like, "All right, fine." So round 1 I beat Patrick. Round 2 I beat Tim.
Oh no! Oh no!
Round 3 I lost in a mirror, and then in round 4 I won. But like it was just funny because when I was playing against Patrick in round 1, it was clear I had no idea what my cards did. I kept playing them, you know, like as if I knew what the card did, and each time Patrick's like, "Your card doesn't do that. You need to read your card." I was like, "Oh, sorry." I like read my card. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm not doing that," and he goes, "No, you're not." It was bad. Again, what is the standard nonsense? I don't know, but I tried it for the first time last night. It was easy. I don't suggest trying it. It was easy.
It was too easy to do.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Paragon City Games.
Yep.
That's where we are, guys. That's where you guys are right now.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think I'm gonna play too much more of it. But I'm gonna be playing some Modern this weekend. I'm pretty psyched to sleeve up my Jund deck again.
I could play half of Standard right now.
Could you?
Just the block part of it.
The block part.
I'd be super confused about what all the other cards
On Arena?
are.
No, I wanna say I casted the new red 2-drop with first strike that like snapcasters your opponent's stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like I kept targeting something. And I'm like, yeah, I cast that, and then Patrick's like, no, you need to pay the cost of the card, so it just exiles it. And I was like, oh, sorry, forgot to read this.
A Scarab God Veteran Therapy deck. That's
You're going to need to bring. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Scarab God and Legacy off of like Veteran Explorer, like a Nick Fit deck. I don't see why that wouldn't work, honestly. Scarab God's stupid. That card is really dumb.
So you Veteran Explorer into a Scarab God, and then you just recur Veteran Explorers, and then cast something large. Scarab Fit.
Every time.
It's a deck. Why haven't we made this yet?
If you untap with it, you win. It's. I don't actually think that it matters what format you're playing. Like that's just how it works.
All right, we have players sitting down, and we have no idea who they are. It's neat. I'm gonna go reset their timer.
Okay.
It's 8:07.
Yeah, we have the Back to Basics buyout. We have M.
Oh, he's doing it. All right.
Masters 25 coming right up. Lots of things are going on. Lots of weird things. Is Noah on a rug tonight? The last few times Noah has played, he's been playing Miracles. So I'm not sure. Oh, Fox, you weren't there when I mentioned the buyout here. Yeah, it's really high. They're a little pricey.
All right.
It's a hype spike. I think it's a buyout. What hype would be around Back to Basics?
Somebody played it in a main deck once during
no Miracle. There are Miracles decks who play like 2 main.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's weird at all. And the weird Pillow Fort ones, you know, with like Rest in Peace and Helm or whatever, they usually play 1 or 2 in the main. Post GP, yeah, absolutely.
All right, here we go. We have Terry versus. He's playing King of the Table. He's going to play against Jeff. On the other side of things, we have, I think, Brian.
Brian.
Calvin. There's Terry versus Jeff. He was just coming back to change the timer. Calvin versus Alfred.
This is Alfred.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we watching, guys? So we know Terry's on 4-color. Jeff is usually on a D&T or a Maverick deck. And then Calvin's playing against Alfred. I think Calvin is on a 4-color. And Alfred looks to be playing maybe Brian's Bomberman deck.
Let's watch it then. All right, change those names up.
Is that what we're watching?
Alfred versus Calvin. Make Miracles great again. Ah!
We'll see what they're on. Calvin does have a couple different decks. He'll probably be on a Delver deck, or he'll be on
We got some colorful playmats for you guys.
Yeah.
Calvin's playing with the new Dragon Shield sleeves.
I have loved them.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wanted to test them out just like anybody. You know, they want to see what they're like. So I bought one. They're, I mean, the matte sleeves are what I use already.
I know, right?
And I love them. They have like I don't know, more smooth texture to them. Almost like, I don't know, it's like almost like a slimy texture, like where, I don't know how to describe it. I like them though.
Because whatever you just said sounds horrible. A $90 do nothing card.
Well, it's not like something that you know can get onto your hand or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
$90 do nothing card.
So Calvin's on Grixis.
How do you know?
I think he's practicing Grixis for some GPH. And Alfred, do you think is on Bomberman?
Whoa, no, that's important. No, he's probably on Miracles.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian did say he put together Miracles.
All right.
Why would you play non-Canadian Threshold? I think I've only seen Calvin play Canadian Threshold one time. Two Miracles decks up, man. More and more people are just jumping on the Miracles train. Lots of 4-color and lots of Miracles.
Nope, there's a Bayou. I'm wrong.
Shows what you know.
I thought he was playing Grixis. He's playing 4-color. All right, so that Bayou went and got for a him to Turok. Nope, not Rug.
Definitely not Rug.
Wrong. Jace and a polluted Delta get discarded. Lots of past tense.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be too upset about losing the land. Losing the Jace, that's probably something he would have liked.
Oh, there's a $90 back to
Whoa,
basics.
there's
right
a $90 card. Look out.
So this is a Brian Miracles deck.
It is.
Interesting.
I didn't know that Brian had it, but then I was talking to him and I was like, "Whoa, how many Tundras do you own?" He's like, "1." I'm like, "So you're playing Miracles with 1?" He goes, "Yeah, it's that."
That's all you need. The best rugs in the world are made in Teamer, Persia. Did you know?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Thanks, Fox.
Mm-hmm. Slam it down. It got himmed. It got gotten.
Yep.
Him is very masculine. For some reason, I don't feel bad at all that the Miracles player got him twice. I just don't really mind. Oh, and a Thoughtseize. Or was it just a Thoughtseize? It was just a Thoughtseize. It wasn't him twice. No, that's not.
Yeah, I think this is his first time playing the deck Minifer. I'm sure we'll see some mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how I would play Miracles if I was piloting it.
Yep.
I would do all of these things wrong.
No, I'd probably do it more wrong.
Right. I'm not saying he's... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's a Jace on the other side of the board. It has Kanta back to basics control. It combos really nicely, doesn't it? I'm going to transform and activate and... Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have done that.
If you back to basics, then you just kind of know not to flip it and just to get the scry value, right?
Yeah.
You seem like a jerk. You do not seem like a jerk. Definitely not.
Look at that shiny Jace. It's got multiple colors.
Seriously.
It's like it's gold. It's not even blue anymore.
You'd portent into portent into portent.
It's potentially powerful.
That's a lot of ports.
To portent into a Richard and port.
Yeah, and we've talked about all the ports.
Yep.
And
we have tents here though, so it makes sense.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not rich, then you have a poor tent.
Poor one? Jeez.
That's what you go camping with if you can't afford a nice one.
If that is that Jason FTV or a World Wake, that is absolutely World Wake. It's
it's World Wake.
No, I think it's EMA. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure his are World Wake.
Are they World Wake?
Yeah, it doesn't have a hollow foil
It's
symbol.
definitely not FTV. I know that for sure. But yeah, it doesn't have the little gem at the bottom, so I'd say horrible.
Snapcaster him. Discard more cards, please.
Yeah, this is gonna put a lot of pressure on.
Someone has stolen a Groot from Manifest Destiny. Strangely, I don't know if that deck still exists as a solid compilation anymore. I like it, HC Box. Jace gets Swords to Plowshared.
Well, he's definitely kept all the stuff from Manifest Destiny, but it's not together at the moment.
Kind of a weird play there. I think I would want to keep the... Wouldn't you rather keep one of those cards instead of use them all up? Getting rid of the Snapcaster there is not critically important.
No.
Getting to run out Mentor feels decent, especially if you draw anything else to go with it. I think I would have rolled the dice there and let him made me discard 2 of those.
Done been found.
Even having a portent would have been fine.
Found
Wait,
it.
that's not the emote thing.
Yeah, Fox, where's your emo?
Typed it out.
Oh my goodness, he's not a sub. That's why.
Yeah, it was a him, right? So you're going to be discarding 2 of those 3 cards.
Forgot how to make it. You have to be a subscriber.
All right. No longer have the tech.
Nope.
It's all right. You can resubscribe.
You could.
We will let you. I won't stop you. How about that? It's really easy. If you have Amazon Prime, you can just subscribe for free. It's neat.
Yep.
I was watching a streamer on Twitch the other day, just because it was the most popular streamer, and just to see, he has 250,000 subscribers. It's a real thing.
Oh, that's Ninja, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week,
That is insane.
he had 200,000 subscribers.
That's
The week before, he had 150,000 subscribers. It's really blown up that fast.
imagine how much money he has.
And that's not to mention all of the people that are watching that are like,
Here's a donation.
here's $200 because I want you to read my little thing out to a lot of people.
You're $200. Oh.
It's what's amazing about that is like if you go to a Michigan football game or something, the stadium holds 100,000 people, and he has 100,000 people watching him live nightly.
Yeah.
Probably don't move lands around when fetching. Huh. That's some good advice. Here's a ponder. This one feels firmly in control for Calvin. It's not necessarily over by any means, but
No, but he's not answering the Jace. Like,
yeah.
I mean, how many times have we seen Jace sit there for a couple turns and that play or not win?
Yeah, as long as Calvin keeps up some counter magic for a potential Council's Judgment, that's pretty much the only thing Alfred's going to be able to do to that Jace. And, you know, having the card advantage of Search for Escanta kind of mirrors the card advantage from Jace. So, eventually, this game's going to end.
Eventually. I do not think so. No, stood out new. Let's switch this.
Didn't change anything. Oh, now you just started over. That was incorrect.
Oh, this was incorrect?
No, you're... There you go. Change that to 21.
Oh,
There we go. No. Still. 2100.
Oh, it is 0-0.
There we go. Yeah, it was correct. 38 minutes left in the round. 24-hour time. Plus simple addition and subtraction. Snapcaster Mage for Alfred. Snapped back something. Then it's a copy of Jim Davis's deck if he gets up in the middle of the match. Okay. It looks like Jace ticked up to 5. And we've got a timing thing here. Gonna respond to the Snapcaster Mage. No, that doesn't make sense.
If you found it, then you have to hold it. Them's the rules.
So he's K commanding the Snapcaster Mage and discard, forcing Alfred to discard a counterspell. There was still a predict that got Snapcast backed, though.
Okay.
Showing him that counterspell that got discarded. It looks like it's still correct.
That is.
This is riveting magic right here. This is really intense. High. Eventually, Jace is gonna do something.
A bunch of lands versus a Jace. And a bunch of lands.
A control mirror can be really interesting.
They can.
I'm not sure that this one is turning out to be that way.
Definitely not.
No, nothing against these two players, but so far this game has not been the most back and forth, and it seems like Calvin is firmly in control. Gets down a Deathrite Shaman, and is going to look at the top card of Alfred's library. Fate Seal him. It's a Land's Mirror. Ooh, Snapcaster first in response to this Jace, and that is getting hard cast Force of Will, but the invocation kind.
Yep, the invocation kind.
It was very invocative.
The one with Capnet on it.
The one with who?
Capnet.
Who knows what that is?
I don't know, some standard.
Oh, HC Fox knows.
Yeah, Capnet says no.
We never got to see like standard decks that focused around Capnet, did we? That never became a thing.
Don't you remember? Capnet's the one that gurgles. Did you know that?
No. Why?
No. There's a song with flavor text that says, what card is it, guys? Help me out. The flavor text is funny. It says the ads as he was dying. We just heard the gurgles of a dying god. Yeah.
Okay. It's the only word he knows.
Yep, there it
HC
is.
Fox knows this.
Thank
thing.
you, HC Fox. Tragic lesson. So tragic.
All right, Alfred is doing some rearranging of the top of his library with some brainstorms. He's trying to find something. He gets his own Jace. So he's running this through. Calvin hardcast his Force of Will, so he's tapped out. Which I think is kind of a strange thing to tap out for. That Force of Will.
Yeah, I mean,
but for this very reason.
All Alfred has left is just a Force of Will. Well, I guess he could activate Escanta, try to find just a blue card, and he could still cast the card in his hand.
So Jace resolves, and he's going to brainstorm.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess he kind of has to. Yeah, he's just gonna keep the blue card. And then he gets to Escanta through this.
There's a lightning bolt. This is probably going towards Jace. First, we're gonna fetch.
Alfred doesn't know that yet. Calvin's like, target you.
You redirect it after it resolves. Is
Yeah.
that how that works? That's dumb.
Yep. Most people would just say, like, you know,
Yep.
hit your planeswalker. Nobody's gonna complain about that, but
So he's all tapped out by searching for his Kanta.
look, more league matches are starting. Thanks, MTG bot. Appreciate that.
Random information we didn't need to know.
Yep.
He's going to Force of Will this Lightning Bolt, and that's going to get Force of Will back. Paying full freight again. So Jace dies. Jace on the other side ticks up, and Alfred shows him a card. We don't get to see it. And Death Rat's just going to hang out. He doesn't need to attack. Oh, wait. Nope, he doesn't want to. He thought about it.
Meh.
This isn't going to do anything. This isn't how I'm going to win the game, so oh well.
Wonder.
Maybe he needs that one then. Pay for a days.
I doubt it.
I think you attack there, regardless of if your plan is to win with Jace.
Yep, cast Portent. Oh no. That's not what we were thinking. Oh, I love that flavor text. The Man with a Plan. It's one of my favorites. Gerard. But it doesn't do anything, Ken. No. It does nothing. It does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Exactly what we want.
Yeah, look at this activation here. He's going to get rid of a fetch land from Alfred's graveyard. Bam. Take that. Oh, maybe he's going to brainstorm here. Mana efficient, if that's the case. The Vindictive Eats, yeah. The absolutely does not matter at all. Eats are real. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, Kevin does have a brainstorm. Neat. I wouldn't have attacked there.
No.
Untap. Draw. That's smart, HC Fox. I would not have been playing around Urborg to empty the pits right there.
I've never once played around Empty the Pits.
You always when you're playing against HC Fox and he's tanking, there's a lot of thoughts that are going on there. Normally, most people just think about like what their opponent deck probably has and what you might have in your lines. HC is like, I don't know. What about this?
After he's gone through like 200 cards.
Yeah. What is this extremely obscure play he might have?
You have to wonder how many times he's actually played around weird cards. They've actually.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna do that. No, you didn't.
You think you're so clever, but I knew all along.
Baleful Strix on Calvin's side. Draws him a card. And he gets to ponder. Aren't we having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Both players are cantripping and rearranging cards. They're actually doing nothing.
Everybody's playing around Empty the Pits. It's great.
Here's a Hymn to Torok that's getting counterspelled. Or no, she's getting discarded. Neat. Jace ticks up to a almost lethal 11.
Let's call it a healthy 11.
Oh. This is where you like feel really good about it, but you kind of are worried something's going to happen that's just going to slow you down and make you have to start all over again.
Mostly trying to play around the weird crap I'm going to draw.
Correct. Brainstorm sees Force of Will, Island, and another card. Useless things that are not going to matter here.
Not a lot coming off the top of the deck for Alfred to deal with a Jason 11.
Did he have access to a Council's Judgment? That's unfortunate. I didn't see that. I saw a Terminus, but I didn't see a Council's Judgment.
Wow. A name I cannot pronounce. Call you Marin.
Way to follow. Hey guys, if you're new to our chat and you want to be notified is when we go live, give us a follow. It's a thing you could do. I bet you most of you already have, but
that is the way to do it.
We are here Tuesday nights and Friday nights for live Legacy, and then randomly throughout the week for Magic Online Legacy.
Played a little bit of food chain this morning, Brian.
Did you chain some foods?
Yeah.
What was your record?
We went 2-3.
Okay.
Didn't go as
yeah,
well as
that's pretty much how I would plan it if I was playing food chain.
Yeah, I think we all. Yeah, pretty much. We did have to click through the combo at least once, so we got to see Brian in his time efficient clicking
mastery. Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's somebody in chat, and I honestly can't remember who it was. The whole time I'm doing this, they're like, "Click faster, Kyer! Click faster!" And I'm like, "Whoa, dude! I'm the spectator here. I'm not even the one clicking. That's Brian." And guess how he responded to me? "Click faster, Kyer!" I'm going, "Oh man." I'm trying. All right, I think Jace has got this.
Yeah.
I think he got it a long time ago.
I think it was very well determined a very long time ago. Yeah.
I know how badly.
Calvin got there.
Excellent.
It was riveting. You guys were glued to your seats. You guys could not take it. Nobody was blinking.
No.
They were so enthralled.
I didn't see a single viewer blink.
In the excitement that was that matchup.
So I think we're going into game 2 or 3. Who knows?
And
probably game 2.
This is Terry versus Jeff, not Brian. Oh, we haven't switched over.
Yeah.
Jeff might be playing a few different decks here.
Yeah, usually he has a couple he has access to.
So these guys just finished shuffling. They're drawing their opening 7. Look at the timeliness of that.
I see an Aether Vial. This has got to be DT. Stoneforge Mystic.
Phil's Death in Texas. He probably is Portuguese, actually.
Probably not.
A port deck in Utah? What? You know what that means? It's time.
Oh boy.
Turn the red line.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on. This is my 3rd one. I'm keeping track mentally.
This is just wrong. Oh well.
All right, so Terry lost the last game. I'm going to say that. So Jeff has at least a win. Here's drops down an Inquisition, and he sees cards that just got covered up by our score sheet. There we go. Vial, Flicker Wisps, a Batterskull, some lands. Yeah.
Fox gets it.
Interestingly, chooses not the Vial. I think I would have chosen the Vial. Is that the correct pick there?
Depends if he has Clogan's Command, right? Like,
yeah, K Command still happens late enough that. But okay.
I don't think Vial's doing a whole lot yet.
So he's playing with 3 cards revealed that Terry knows about, and 2 new cards. We're gonna need a storm counter for Jeff. Okay.
Bye. Is the storm counter the same thing as his Aether Vial counter?
This wasteland doesn't feel nearly as good as the last one when Terry successfully got a Deathrite Shaman out, but after this Swords, I'd go ahead and use a wasteland right here. I would take out this Badlands.
He's like, I'm sick of flipping this. I'm at 21.
Alright, just thinking about it. The answer is yes.
Terry hates our life total.
That's alright.
So badly.
They're not amazing, but they sure show better than what we had before. And it's a punishment. You get to be on camera, you have to deal with those life things. Yep, it's too bad for Legacy. It's the worst of the revised dual lands. Right there, just worse than Scrubland. Here's a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is going to take a batter skull. Flicker Wisp. Takes the Wisp. Takes the quicker answer there.
Yeah, I think taking the Flicker Wisp is correct. Flicker Wisp does have a lot more value when you consider the Aether Vial.
Yeah.
And Batter Skull really probably isn't coming into play until either, very late in the game, or if specifically a Stoneforge Mystic gets drawn.
So depending on what that card is, I think I'd trip this Horizon Canopy right away. You have the potential to violin something off the top of your library right now. He's going to not do that. He just passes the turn.
Fox, I have done that. Just to let you know. I've done it. Elbrus is one of my favorite cards.
You've done it with Death and Taxes?
I have not done it in a Death and Taxes deck.
And then I'm going to concede out of respect.
John Hightide, thank you for the follow. We appreciate that. Terry's at 18? Probably.
There was a Swords to Plowshares. Probably change that a little bit. Change that math.
He was at 21, so
this is a Wingmare?
Rin Wingmare. The Horse of Will. This is a very similar card to Thalia. Same ability on a non-legendary 2/1 flying body.
Attacks as non-creature spells?
Yeah.
Okay. That's effective right here.
Mm-hmm.
Between the two wastelands, taking out a Deathrite and Thalia. That feels good. So is his life total wrong? Is that what you guys are saying? I can go correct it real quick if that's true. We've had an attack for two fetch lands, and 1 life gain, so he should be at 16. Let's see if I can fix it real quick.
He did miss it. Okay. Jeff has 0 respect for Dread of Night.
All right.
Any other random cards that you want to throw at us real quick?
I think we got it fixed.
See? If you can't throw X1s at a problem, then it isn't meant to be solved. Somebody quote him on that, please.
I don't know that it solves your problems, but you can throw them at it.
Okay, so he did pay 3. Wait
to make Jeff sacrifice a creature, and he sacrificed Thalia.
But that was a Diabolic Edict. Shouldn't it have been taxed twice? Because he sacrificed the Thalia, right?
Yes.
Do you want to go correct that?
No, I just did.
You just did?
I didn't actually see the line. If that's what happened, then yes. But Jeff should have caught that as well.
Both players should have caught that. A little sloppy.
Unless he shows an Elvish Spirit Guide in exile.
It wouldn't be too different. It'd just be a Thalia instead of a Rinwing Mare. Because he would have responded with it when the Thalia got played. It's not quite as much of a mess as it looks like. The Thalia should be in play and the Rinwing Mare should be in the graveyard. That's the only difference. Which the cards really aren't all that
All right.
different. So.
Inquisition. We're gonna carry on this time.
Okay.
Even if that was, and you're right, it would have. In response to a port, he cast it, so Thalia was already down.
Oh. Or did you respond? Did you respond to it with the Thalia? Maybe that was right. Maybe he responded to it with the Thalia. I don't know.
Perfect magic is what this is. 100% of the time,
Maybe I missed it.
it's correct. 20% of the time.
Attack for 3 in the air. And now this Marsh Casualties in Terry's hand is looking a lot more attractive.
HC Vox is just looking at the art of Inquisition. Just, just shifting topics.
Yeah.
Entirely onto something different.
You know those weeks where HC Fox isn't here?
Our chat is not filled with
They are not nearly
philosophical
as fun
questions.
as when Fox is here. Blau is taxed too.
So they're missing. Wow.
Am I misunderstanding Grin and Wingmere?
Non-creature spells. They just cost 1 more.
This is officially a mess. For sure.
Normally, I'd be the one piloting a deck.
Yeah.
When something like this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay. It's all right. I think the game's over regardless. I think the player that was very far ahead is still going to win. So the outcome didn't change in that respect.
Yeah.
Brazen tax evasion.
All right, let's check up on our Miracles 4-color match that probably hasn't moved much since we left it.
This is game 2.
I actually think we're going to jump over to this other match once they start their game 3.
It looks like it's 11-18. Calvin's sitting here with a Deathrite and a Belfastrix versus Alfred has a Searcher's Canta, non-flipped. Out. Here's a Council's Judgment on Deathrite. Okay.
After watching the last game, it kind of makes more sense to see Council's Judgment saved for something like a Jace or something that he's going to have a harder time dealing with. But I guess he can always just counter it on its way down.
Yeah, and when you're at 11, that's right. Is presenting a pretty good clock.
So much danger.
Brazen tax evasion right before April. Now, if you have tax evasion in September, is it not as big of a crime? Is that what you're getting at?
This is almost round 16 at PT Rivals Week on. Whoa, jeez. I didn't realize it was that bad. Everything going wrong.
Mentor is getting countered.
It was a party.
Deathrite's getting swordsed. He's responding to the Force of Will with that. So here we've got a Flusterstorm on that. And Calvin wins the game. I mean, Calvin wins that sequence. And it's pretty much game over. If you're avoiding taxes in March, then you're panicking. But if you do it other times of the year, then you're planning.
Oh, actually, our other match is actually done. So it looks like Jeff won that match. Death and Taxes 2-0, which means we get to stay here.
Perfect. Yeah, we knew that because we saw Terry play first, right? So we knew Jeff was up a match.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I like that. Smart planning. If you brazen tax evasion in other months. That's a Judge promo Flusterstorm.
Whoa.
Which is
pretty kind.
Much more promotional than the non-promo ones.
He gets all these like super pretty things, and then his fetches are like.
That's a foil KTK Bloodstained
I don't
Mire.
understand. He wants all the invocations, but he doesn't have any of the expeditions. What's going on?
Maybe he just doesn't like the expeditions.
But he liked the invocations.
Then obviously his taste is poor, and we can't really judge him.
We can't judge him, even though you just said his taste was poor.
We can't judge his other decisions.
Oh, okay.
Follow me as we go back to. That's a thing you actually do. You say that out loud.
No, I can buy that. I can picture it.
Neat. Bitter Blossom. Okay. I think Bitter Blossom is a really interesting card as a sideboard card in Legacy. It has a lot of potential against a lot of different decks, and it doesn't see a lot of play outside of Pox or a few other decks.
Yeah.
This is a Vendilion Click, a more recent printing art of it.
You're pretty sure Calvin had them when he was playing Jund Modern? Then sold up, yeah. Oh, he had Expeditions? Okay. Yeah, I know that he sold out of Modern pretty hard to get into Legacy. I support his decision. Every time you cast Show and Tell, you say let's go to kindergarten.
I don't think that's the thing he actually says.
I think
he's lying to us right now.
I don't think any of these people would lie to us.
No. The perfect anonymity and chat forum lends itself to being honest at all times.
If it's on the internet, it must be true.
Uh-huh.
And all of this is on the
Guys, look at this. One player has a Jace, a Bitter Blossom, a Deathrite, a 2/1, and a Baleful Strix. The other player has back to basics. That's pretty much game over for Alfred, right? He's winning this match. All those non-basics, they're not untapping.
Nope. I don't think Calvin needs more than the swamp and the Deathrite Shaman to close the swamp.
In fact, if he had only the swamp and the Deathrite Shaman, I'd still say he was in a fine position here.
Seriously.
How dare I accuse you? I'm sorry.
I didn't.
He said it in all caps.
Literally what I said is I don't think anybody in chat would lie to me.
I did. I thought he was lying. I still do.
So he responds to you and freaks out at you, but he doesn't, I don't
no, he's I don't know.
Unbelievable.
I believe it.
People will yell at Bryce, but they won't praise Kyer.
Check pile is lore winning the board.
Nice.
Lore winning. Because of the Bitter Blossom that's from Modern Masters.
Because of the Modern Masters Bitter Blossom. Nice one, Fox.
Nice try.
Bryce got you on that one.
Alfred is just one Cyclonic Rift away.
Yeah, he was.
Or is there anything else he could have played there that would have won him the game?
Upheaval.
Probably not.
No, people wouldn't have done it either.
Hey, that's the end of round 2 for our on-camera matches. You get a peek at Calvin's sideboard here. Looks like Flusterstorm, Pyroblast. Is that a search for his Canta?
His sideboard? I don't think so. I see 2 Flusterstorm. What's the red card? Pyroblast or something. I don't know. Well, welcome back to this here studio.
So we have a Discord.
Okay.
If you guys are not a part of it, we can share you a link with any of you who are not a part of it. You're welcome to join. It's just really people that are in our chat that want to say really interesting things throughout the week because
talk about Legacy.
They miss my bad puns and so I say them. So let me see if we can find it real quick. Let's see what's the best way to share it. I can never remember the best way to share it. If I pull
last
it
time
up,
Jorgensen did. Was it Jorgensen shared it last time?
Let's see if it just pulls up. Nah. Here we are.
think you're signing under me. Are we? I like can't connect because I don't know.
That's not what I wanted to do.
You figured it out last time.
I did, and then I forgot.
Control K.
No.
Nope.
Invite people.
Boom.
And then I'm gonna go here. And
there. Boom.
I did it. I did it. I found it. We got somebody in here asking, is this a no tree of guarantee thing going on? It's FC Reaper. We went a little off topic today, all right?
We did.
In the Discord. That's a good thing.
Talking about trees.
You've never taken a shine to foils? I see. See what you did there. So you take your foils and then you put a matte finish over them so that they're not shiny anymore. just foil. I have a story for you.
Okay.
I opened a foil. Wow, I just blanked on the name of the card. So much for my story. It's a angel from Urza's Legacy. It's a legend. Where are you, HC Fox, when I need you? Urza's Legacy was the first set printed with foils.
So they're all expensive. All of them.
Yeah, they're really actually not much anymore. No, not Blinding Angel. Way before Blinding Angel.
Urza's Legacy?
Yeah, Urza's Legacy Angel. No, Lightning Angel is Onslaught. Or Apocalypse. No, that's Selenia's Apocalypse as well. No, Exalted's Onslaught. It's white.
It's white.
Nope, doesn't morph. It gives other flyers like +1/+1 or something silly. Radiant Archangel.
Radiant.
Market price $2.25. Go ahead and pull up foil. Let's see what it's worth. Foil $74. Okay, because first set foil.
Yep.
I straight up traded a foil Radiant Archangel for a heavily played Black Lotus.
Nah.
Unlimited Black Lotus. It wasn't actually that bad of a deal either, because Radiant was trading right at about $50 when the set released. And at that time, a beat up Black Lotus was right around $50 to $70.
So this wasn't recent. This was a while.
No, this was when I opened up the pack foil when the set released. Unlimited beat up Black Lotus. It's not that beat up, but it's also not anywhere near mid.
Wow.
Yeah. I kind of miss having my Radiant Archangel, but that's all right.
It lost pretty hard.
I know there's another Tez deck in the room as well.
Is Remy here?
Yeah,
Is that his name? He did pretty well last time. I think he went like 3-1 with Tez. That's great. Les is here, so I would assume that there's a brew there.
Yeah.
How many players did we have?
I think we had 18, 19. 19 today. Yeah, I'm curious to see if that picks up a little bit, if we have more players getting ready for GP Seattle in the next week or two.
I think most players that are going to Seattle from, that like aren't already a part of our legacy community here are going to be going for standard, because isn't there a standard GP at the same time?
Yeah.
Or is it limited? I can't remember.
No, it's standard.
Standard.
Yep.
You think stacks qualifies as a brew? I agree. Tez stacks.
One counter on stacks and Sundial. Go. I can't say that's a thing I've seen, HC Fox.
Nope. You want to see some Tez? We'll see. See what comes up. We've not seen Tezzerator with Smokestack before. Well, we saw it round 1.
Well,
it didn't go very well.
No, we saw it lose.
Yeah, pretty badly. Never got that 4th mana source, so they just had like Jace and Tezzeret and Smokestack in hand.
Legacy is and standard is He used emotes to explain things to us.
It worked really well.
Yeah. I mean, our last match in Legacy was kind of, but
Kind of wish we had watched.
All right, chat. I got a question for you. For GP Seattle, I could easily play. Well, easily. I could play mediocrely. Mediocrely? Is that a word? That's not a word. Poorly. Better than poor. I could play some Grixis, right? Some young pyromancers, some Deathrite shamans, some delvers. And yeah, it's maybe the best deck in Legacy right now. Or it might be the most common deck in Legacy right now. It's performed well at a lot of big tournaments. But I also kind of like the idea of playing blue-red Delver. I'm not much of a burn player, and it's definitely a burn deck, but it feels, for some reason, not quite burny to me. I don't know why.
It's because you still get Force of Wills and Brainstorms and Ponders.
I guess. Yeah, you get to do
that
some
does
other
not feel
stuff.
like burn.
No, but it is a burn version of Blue Red Delver. There's other versions that play Stifle and no, but it's the burn version of Blue Red Delver. How about that? Yeah, that's not necessarily true, Jay.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like, because I wouldn't be. I mean, there's going to be better players in the room. That doesn't mean you can't play the best deck the deck that you're best with.
Beta Counterspell, there's a good chance I'll be playing Machine Jund in Seattle.
So Blue Red Delver has some inherent value in that you just have some speed against other decks, which feels kind of neat. Don't be a bandwagoner. So it's not so much. Yeah, that's what I mean though. That's what I know is Grixis. That's what I've been playing for about the past year is either Sultai or Grixis, and with or without Delvers. So the change would be for me would be going to Blue Red Delver, and it feels like a metagame call, but not necessarily a good one. Right? That's why I'm hesitant. I really don't know which I should do. Play the deck I'm comfortable with and that I know pretty well, or switch to something that I don't actually know as well, but it's also not too complicated.
Beta Counterspell, I'll probably have 1 to 2 in the side. I don't think I'll have any in the main. Oh, look at this.
Chat hasn't really given me any clear.
No, nobody has told you what to do.
No.
All you wanted was a little bit of direction.
All right, it looks like we have round 3, so you guys are saved from giving me any advice whatsoever.
Yep. If you were going to give advice to Bryce, stop.
Play Red Delver. Play something else entirely. That's
Should
actually.
I play this or this? Chat's like, play this, play this, play this.
Play as many Price of Progress. That's actually kind of what I was thinking, Itchy Fox. It's like, does Price of Progress just win in the current Legacy metagame? And is it in the matchups where it is a dead card? Is it still worth it to try and steal wins that way? And you can play through Blood Moon, so all of those potential Blood Moon players, you just kind of laugh at them.
Yeah, Beta Counterspell. I'm definitely leaning Jund right now. It is my best deck.
We've got Josh Snow versus Jordan and Calvin versus Jeff. I think we're going to watch Josh Snow play some Miracles this round.
We've seen a little bit of Miracles already today, but we have not seen Josh Snow play Miracles.
This will be kind of fascinating if you guys have been watching. I don't know why you'd be in chat if you haven't been watching, but we've had some variety of Miracles players.
Yep. And
you'll be able to see the difference, the noticeable difference when Josh Snow plays Miracles.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one player, or actually both Miracles players that we've seen so far are relatively new to the deck.
Yeah.
And we're about to see somebody who
knows it about as well as you can.
If as long as I've been playing Magic, I've called very few people a master of their trade, right? But Josh Snow is phenomenal at playing the Miracles deck.
It's much more interesting to watch as well because of that. I once successfully recently beat Josh playing Miracles with a resolved Chandra. That was neat. Kind of makes me want to play with Chandra in whatever deck I'm playing. I don't think it would be be in any deck. Maybe it was in the sideboard of my blue-red deck. Maybe that's where it came from.
Yeah. All right, who we got?
You're debating about Rug or Grixis Delver. Do I want to play the better deck or have more fun? Yeah.
In my personal opinion, if you actually are asking that question, you're about to pay like what, $70 or somewhere around there to be in a main event. I would try to win.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Rug Delver isn't a bad deck.
No, it's not a bad
right?
deck. No, that's not what I'm saying. But like, if you feel like one is better for you, I suggest playing the better one.
Yeah, but it might be marginally better.
Yeah. It's still up to you, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm just throwing my 2 cents in, I guess. Okay. So this is
Josh here on the right with those new sleeves. I don't know what Jordan's playing.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jordan play here in a little while. I guess I was kind of talking to him, and he's had some busy schedule stuff going on. But he's here to play some Legacy tonight, which is great.
If you don't play around Richard King Ferguson out of fear and respect for his awesome art, then you've misunderstood the first rule of Legacy. What is the first rule of Legacy, HC Fox?
Don't ask.
I mean, I know to play around Richard King Ferguson out of fear and respect for his awesome art. Especially Richard King Ferguson's awesome artist proofs. The back, what he does to the back of his artist proofs.
Pop will kill you.
Is that the #1 rule? I don't think I knew that. All right. Here's Jordan versus Josh. I played a test game of Modern versus Jordan.
Okay.
On Friday.
Yeah, he's been testing a little bit. I told him about DeCandio's lists with there was kind of like a Bedlam Reveler deck, but also like with Bloodbraid and stuff. Kind of sweet. He's been liking that.
Oh my goodness.
Now I know that Jordan borrowed a volcanic island from me. That doesn't quite tell me what.
It tells you 2 of the colors he's probably playing.
It does. He's got Wastelands, and I see a Delver. Rule 1, Pop will kill you. Rule 2, lands are lotus petals. Rule 3, all your lands are mountains. What the heck?
I'm not sure why our lands are lotus petals, but otherwise I'm on board. With
all the
things
that HC Fox just said.
Here's a turn 1 Delver from Jordan. He won the die roll. And Josh is going to follow it up with a turn 1 Portent.
Wow, just snapping off the days on this Portent.
Because Wasteland says lands are lotus petals. Oh. Huh. No.
We hold this truth to be self-evident. Whenever people start talking like that, I just assume they're speaking truths.
What decks are in the backup matchup? We have Calvin, who we just saw on 4-color versus Jeff, who was playing
D&T.
Death and Taxes.
4-color versus D&T.
So we've seen both of those players with their decks already.
Want to see some different players this round.
Spell Pierce comes down, takes out the counterbalance. So this is the aggro plan here for Jordan. Get a Delver down, get it flipped, and start doing some damage quick. Just counter everything. It's working so far.
Yeah, I mean, there is a Swords of Plowshares in Josh's hand, so I think he knows that he's going to be able to deal with this. In fact, he might have multiple. Let's see what he's got. We see a Flooded Strand, Swords of Plowshares, Council's Judgment, Entreat the Angels, Portent. That's a lot of info.
Nice volcanic petal, Josh.
Volcanic petal.
Correct. All right, we're going to write down some card names here. Let's see if Jordan has yet another spell to deal with the Swords to Plowshares. Could be game over if he does. Looks like he has a Force of Will and a blue card. Is that a Terminus off the top? Leads with the Portent. And Jordan can daze this? Is that a card he has? I think you save that then.
He knows about swords. He'd really like to counter that.
Yeah. If you daze the swords and leave up Force of Will, you get to protect your Delver one more time.
Yep.
Like from the Council's Judgment or from a Terminus or something. Alright, Portent draws on Jordan's upkeep. Jordan draws a land. Swing for 3, and Josh is just gonna take it. He's gonna play around the daze.
He like toward the zero.
So this is a end of turn swords?
Well, he wants to be able to cast Council's Judgment, right? Relatively unprotected. Wow, pitch True Name?
So I like fetching and hardcasting days to counter the swords, and then
was that a daze? I thought he just had a brainstorm.
Oh, that makes more sense then. I thought he had a daze as well.
Yeah, so
here I am playing around this card that he doesn't even have. Okay, so at the very least he could have brainstormed in response to that, but this works.
Yeah, I guess you just keep a wasteland and a force. Play a wasteland and wow. Why did he get rid of the True Name? I think I would have pitched the brainstorm before the True Name.
Yes. Yep. Especially
such a hard threat to deal with. I mean, he doesn't
land
know that there's a Terminus in hand. It's not really threatening to be cast yet until Josh finds a brainstorm or Jace.
Yeah, I don't know if he was playing around Stifle or Daze. I'm not sure, but here's a wasteland taking out a Tundra. Josh has at least another land in hand. He'll get to play, and I just drew a brainstorm.
There's the top deck brainstorm.
Yeah. Josh has been on the quest to get all of his legacy decks signed, so he plays with non-foil signed cards. It's not quite finished.
He's getting there.
Yeah. Another wasteland.
I mean, this is doing a lot. I mean, this is 3 lands that have been wastelanded, right?
Mm-hmm.
All 3 Tundra.
Cut Josh off white entirely.
Yeah, I mean he has a brainstorm, so he might be able to find another one soon. But
one player saying, "Please no more." That's legacy, HC Fox. That's rule number 0 of legacy right there.
Yeah. The first 3 are reserved by Fox, so you had to throw it either before or after.
Right. It doesn't make sense at 4.
I like putting it before. That way it's just a little more important than HC Fox's rule.
My rule started at like -5, so.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. 2 damage to Josh. He goes down to 8. Tier 0 rolls. G Lavamancer. Thanks for following us. Well done. Congratulations.
Excellent.
On finding that follow button. Wow, there's a 0 floating around. Now you can get notified of when we go live and see our silly notification things. It's really fun.
So
What did it say today?
I think it just said Tuesday Night Legacy. Usually I do the same thing for every Tuesday Night Legacy.
That's boring.
Real boring, but everybody knows what's going on.
Something's getting countered. Is that the predict? They got Force of Will? Is that what just happened? Wow. Josh doesn't want that Terminus because he has no white mana. But he has some cantrips to go find some white mana. He found one. Look at that. Neat.
Yeah, he really wants a basic. No more Wastelands. I mean, I guess there is only going to be one more in Jordan's deck. But,
I think Josh has a Snapcaster Mage, right? So he'll be able to... Oh, maybe... Yeah, I don't know where we're at. There's a Flooded Strand. Eat a... Oh, he already ate the Sword Splasher, so we won't be able to snap that back. The Deathrite Shaman Machine Gun is spinning up. It's more of a like a bolt action.
it really is.
I don't. You have to pass to turn really fast for it to feel like a machine gun. And Josh is doing too much cantripping.
Single shot shotgun. Load bullet. Boom.
Take 2.
Load bullet. Boom.
Alright. Goes and finds the basic planes.
Patrick's loud.
Yeah.
Real loud.
You say that until you face Deathrite Shaman and Elves. Yeah. Yeah. When you get to untap it multiple times in one turn, then it feels like spinning up. Alright. Deathrite gets 1 more activation before getting bounced.
Forked Bolt.
Ooh, that gets close.
Is the draw. Well, that'll
Do
deal
you
with
kill
Jace.
Jace here, or do you put your opponent at 1? You just kill Jace and put out your Deathrite Shaman.
You want Jace out.
I guess first you lead with whatever card you don't mind getting counterbalanced.
Ta-da!
Island.
All right, looks like this is gonna get. Is it gonna get forced?
I think he has to let it resolve so that he can counter the death. Oh,
Interesting. So we pitched Search for Escanta, so all he has left is a Snapcaster,
Yep.
which I believe a Swords was cast earlier in the game. Was it?
yeah, but it was eaten by a Deathrite Shaman.
Oh, it was eaten. Okay.
So was the Council's Judgment. Jordan just keeps drawing lands. Josh doesn't have enough to. Oh, he has a Swords to Plowshares on top. That changes things a little bit.
Sure does. So we'll draw that Swords. We're gonna brainstorm.
That may certainly be the difference of the game right there.
Oh yeah.
If that had resolved.
Yeah, he probably would have had to use Jace to bounce.
Yep.
But Josh had the heart of the cards.
The counterbalance. Jordan's just sitting on lands. This one is over, HC Fox says. He's calling it already.
Wow.
That's a little early.
Yeah.
True Name Nemesis might have an answer to that.
True Name Nemesis is a thing. Now, does Snapcaster have anything?
Snapcaster can go get like a Brainstorm or something to help. You would have led with Deathrite way back when we were talking about.
He casts both. Yeah, I don't. It ended up not mattering, Man with a Plan, but
Terminus on top. Yes. Yep. Once the Jace plus counterbalance is down, it is not simple. And Terminus took care of True Name Nemesis, a card that could have answered things. Not sure what Jordan drew just there. It's moving quickly. It's flickering. I gotta blink when it's happening. That's not working.
Nope. We will try.
Fate Seal. Underground Sea, Jordan shows us. Looks like a probe.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Sure.
He really is flicking them just fast enough that it's hard to tell.
Another land. Just what the Grixis Delver player wanted.
Said no Grixis Delver player ever.
Yeah, Leovold is certainly still a card. It's played in almost every 4-color list. That's really what you're doing is you're playing Grixis with a little bit of green for Leovold.
Yeah, we actually have quite a few 4-color decks in our store.
Yep.
Wisman, and all of them play Leovold.
Absolutely. Brian still has it in Food Chain.
Mm-hmm.
It's you will definitely encounter Leovold. It's not as prevalent as there's not a heck of a lot of Sultai decks, just Sultai decks that were running it. Right. It might turn into an Urza's Rage. That would be nice.
That would.
Rainstorm at some phase of the turn. I'm not sure where we are here.
Definitely looking to get rid of some things.
That bug deck that has been running around lately. I'm not sure which bug deck you're referring to, but I think that's a strong deck. Without having any clue. If it plays him to Turok and Leovold, it's probably pretty good.
Most of the Sultai, like Nick Fit decks, play it. There's a lot of decks that play Leovold. If you are those colors, then you just play it.
Bug control, so it's like the exact same 75 that was played years ago with Tombstalker, and it just added Leovold to it.
All right, so Josh takes game 1, and let's take a look over here. We've got two players.
Calvin's on the left. Jeff is on the right. Jeff is playing Death in Texas. Calvin's on that 4-color list. He is playing Leovold. And we're probably in game 2 here. Round 3.
Life totals are floating off the.
It looks like it's 17 to 15 or 13. Not 13. I need to like tape them down. No, don't put your mat here.
It'd be pretty easy to fix if we wanted to walk out there.
It's really far away. Way over there.
Like, you might have to take like 10 steps total.
Yep. You have to turn a handle. It's awkward.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't interrupted them.
You're right. You haven't. Team Australia goes bigger though with their that's not a knife. This is a knife mentality. Oh, I'll show you what a knife looks like. Okay. So him hitting a couple of important things there. Perfect. It's all better. Was that just way too many steps?
Oh, the other one I put the 0 and stuff that had fallen off of Josh's life total. Fix that as well.
Do you need some red vines to
I don't.
to help you recuperate?
I am feeling that little bit too much sugar.
After 3 red vines, huh?
And a Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and a Mountain Dew.
That's, yep. But if you want to.
I wouldn't mind watching.
I won't stop you. This is round 3. Like, it seems appropriate. Oh, I got a whiff. Did you in chat smell that?
It smells so good.
Kind of like red plastic.
Red plastic, yep.
But a delicious flavor. Red plastic. You played a Grixis Delver list very similar. He was on the Team Australia plan before it was cool. I don't actually know what Team Australia is.
Me neither.
What is the difference in the list from Grixis Delver? Oh, HC Fox SO right there. It goes bigger through with their "that's not a knife, this is a knife" mentality. What is
a bigger bug delver,
yeah.
Or is it still Grixis?
What's the card that makes it bigger? I like the mentality. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
This right here.
That's my very bad impression right there.
It was awful.
way to just sugarcoat that one for me. I like it.
If I had sugarcoated, chat would have just chimed in and taken.
Where are we here? We've got a Gurmag Angler on Kelvin's side that he's attacking with into a Fliggerwisp and a. What is the black card? What's happening there?
It's a morph. Nah, I have no idea.
Oh, it got
it just got Flickerwisp, yeah.
Fewer Goyfs, sometimes Strix, some Leos, and a Last Hope. So it's more of a control list. That isn't Team Australia. The man with the plan disagrees with you, HC Fox. I think the man with the plan was the one who said, "Don't ever disagree with HC Fox."
I think he said that.
I think so. That was hours ago, though, so.
Yeah. Could have expired by now.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think. Normally I follow that pretty closely, but I don't actually know what the Team Australia is. Here's a Snapcaster Mage. In response to a equip or in response to an attack, one or the other.
I think it's the attack.
It's going to get bolted. That makes sense. That way.
You say we jump back over to our main feature match?
Okay. I mean,
they're just getting started.
They've got their life totals fixed. It's going to work. Hopefully I didn't screw it up so bad that it's like 20 and then 16 and then 18. I could have done that. I don't know.
You probably did.
We'll find out. Whoa! Here's a young pyromancer off of a tropical island, which is impressive.
How did he do it?
He played his other Lotus Petal, the volcanic one.
Mm-hmm.
No, Josh isn't playing any.
Continuous Lotus Petals coming from players.
Yeah. I like the Grixis Delver lists. Obviously the versatility, right? Mm-hmm. Young Pyromancer provides one type of threat, whereas Delver provides a very different type of threat. And then True Name is yet another. You have to have different types of answers for each one of those cards. And on most decks,
Gurmag Angler is absolutely a part of that conversation as well.
I think the current top Grixis Delver lists aren't playing Gurmag.
Evilbeard says he heard that there were dual lands and interactions to be had here.
Where did you hear that?
Yeah, who told you?
Young Pyromancer goes farming with some swords to plowsharing. He shares his swords with his plows.
Just Josh beating up on the good guys.
Oh, is that what it is? There are some dual lands, though. And some beta basics. Those are 25 years old right there.
Oh my goodness. So at the beginning, but right before the tournament started, I was talking to Brian, and he goes, so the store, we ran out of perfect fits, so I had to get boardifies for my perfect fit sleeve. And so as he's saying this, he's sleeving the first card, into the boardify, and the boardify was right around this kitchen finks, right? And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, just sleeving my card. So I like grabbed it from him, like flipped the Boardify around and put it in. So the Boardify was on the back of the card, so you couldn't see it when it was in the sleeve. And he looked at it and he goes, "But no, it looks nice." I'm like, "Oh, Brian, what am I gonna do with you?"
Beating up on the good guys. Is that the first rule of Legacy Fight Club? I thought we didn't talk about that.
We don't talk about Legacy Fight Club.
No. Hey, there's 2 fetches in a row. Jordan's going to go down to... Or is it just 1 fetch? Just 1 fetch. Sorry. He might only be playing blue-white right now, actually. I don't know if there's any red at all.
We haven't seen any.
Oh, there's a red card.
Is there?
As I say that.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing a Nahiri and an Emrakul for a little while. I'm not sure if that's still on the list.
It looked to be a pretty quick win con, too.
Yep.
All right. We've got a hand.
He played Volcanic Pilot. Yeah.
He has a Pyroblast, a Portent, a Brainstorm, a Tundra, a Counterspell, and Swords to Plowshares. This is a lot of good cards.
Hard Counterspell, and a Pyroblast, which pretty much says counter target True Name Nemesis. We have 19 players playing Legacy, and Kyer and I in here pretending wish we were playing Legacy.
Wish we were playing Legacy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how many players.
That's what we do.
21. Even number.
Plus all the people at the counter that wish they were playing Legacy.
Plus all of you lovely people in chat that are sharing our wish that we were playing Legacy-ness.
Yeah, Twitch username. Definitely. We usually get about 20 people. That's I think pretty average.
Yep.
There are some times where we'll get, mid-20s, feel pretty good about it, and then our low end is usually like 16 players.
Here's a Gurmag gonna get countered Angler. Ready?
I'm not ready.
Ready? Oh, it didn't get countered. I was wrong.
Evilbeard, you only get to play every other Friday. Well, too bad you don't live in Utah.
It's only like twice a month.
You get to play twice a week here.
That feels weird.
Twice a week.
Yeah, you can play Legacy twice a week here. Tuesdays and Fridays. Every Friday. Maybe he has some other commitment that doesn't make any sense. Every other Friday.
Could you imagine it actually making sense?
We rotate? What?
Why?
So, you guys should have seen the store last Friday night.
Oh.
There were 62 players, I think. 65? Okay. 65 players playing Modern. In the store. Friday Night Magic. It wasn't a PPTQ. It was just Friday Night Magic.
Actually, it couldn't have been 65. It had I think you're right. It has to be 62.
I think it was 62.
Yeah.
Or
62 modern players.
And then there was 20 playing Legacy. Some number playing Standard that I never cared to actually.
18.
So there was over
Standard.
105 players in the room registered for Friday Night Magic, along with...
It was exactly 100.
100 but then there was also some EDH players.
We had 6 EDH players and us in the back, plus our workers.
It was pretty amazing. It was a packed house, and people were having a good time.
We were probably only like 15 people off of our fire code capacity.
Right?
Yeah. This last Friday was phenomenal.
So we're working on a version of Magic where you have to stand up to play, raising tables, and
oh my God.
back to back. We could fit an even 200 in here if we did that.
We actually didn't have enough chairs to seat people. The next day we had to go and get chairs and make sure that we have enough room for big FNMs like that again. It definitely came as a surprise to us to have that many players. We knew that the GP down in Phoenix was going to be happening, but it's 12 hours away. Like, how many people in Utah are really planning on making that flight or drive?
They don't want Modern to die? Wow. Yeah. If you're playing Legacy, then you wouldn't play Modern, so then Modern would die. Yeah.
Yeah, Gramps, it definitely is a nice turnout, especially considering that we've only been around a little over a year. A little over a year. We're a relatively new company Paragon City Games.
Yep, it was impressive.
So
Ooh.
we do need a second story.
That seems like a really good idea.
We need a bar area.
That would make our
amazing.
streams way more interesting.
Oh, it'd be so much better. Could you imagine? Oh, it'd be so much better. We wouldn't be tired and feeling like crap by round 4.
No.
We'd be feeling great.
And my jokes would be way funnier.
They would
to me. Anyway.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right, Counterbalance gets Pyroblasted. Deathray Shaman gets Swords to Plowshare. We're back to 20 for Jordan. Looks like 3 cards in hand for Josh versus 1 in hand for Jordan.
You're losing them one at a time.
I got him. I'm. If you've been hearing me click around with.
I'm sure they have.
No, I probably haven't. They would have said something.
They would have said something.
With.
Yeah, they probably would have. They're trying to get a liquor license. We'll see how it goes. Oh, a pizza place that has Magic tournaments.
That sounds horrible.
Pizza in Magic cards just doesn't seem like a good idea.
Because most players would be absolutely fine, and they'd like go wash their hands after eating, and then there'd be that one guy who hasn't. You'd be like, dude, don't touch my cards.
In my opinion, what would be the best deck to attack the Legacy meta there? I would say Turbo Depths.
That's a fair answer.
I think Turbo Depths would be a phenomenal
and
to be
similarly, it's probably pretty good for GP Seattle.
Yeah. Sneak and Show checks out. Yeah.
There isn't a lot of Sneak and Show here, so people aren't heavily ready for it. In fact, I think another deck that would be very viable would be Blackwood Reanimator right now.
Yes.
For a little while, it was really heavily played. There was 4 players playing it, and so everybody brought in all this graveyard hate.
Nobody's playing it now.
Nobody's been playing it since.
Yeah.
But that's trying to win, not necessarily trying to have fun. I don't think I would have fun playing Blackwood Reanimator for very long.
Alright.
Smashing a water bottle.
I have to. Like these water bottles, I just can't. I can't leave them unsmashed once I'm done.
That's cool. You get to sneak, snack, pizza, and magic. Seems like a good match.
Seriously.
In Toronto, there's hardly any combo.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot here either.
No.
I mean, we get the occasional sneak attack deck.
There's definitely Storm.
We haven't seen Shane in a while.
No, but there's 2 or 3 players that are often playing it.
But they're in and out, so.
Toronto is extremely fair. That's what they say about Toronto.
Really?
Yeah, it's fair.
They have sandwiches, salads, pasta. Are you getting hungry?
It's evil, is what he's doing here.
Yeah.
Look, Flusterstorm, Brainstorm, back in the game. Here we go.
Wow, Cabal Therapy not naming Brainstorm. Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think he named? I always find myself naming Brainstorm first when I Cabal Therapy.
He may have named Force of Will there.
Maybe.
If he wanted to protect. It's too bad he doesn't have a creature to play. What does he have? Force of Will and just Force. Is that what he's got?
Was it this stream last week where D&T was putting Sour? No, I don't ever remember somebody putting Sour Patch Kids on their vials. Oh, that would hurt. I think I could do like M&M's or Skittles, but no way.
So the next question is, if I play Grixis Delver, how many cards do you think I can successfully alter my own deck before GP Seattle? Along with the commissions I have to go right now.
Along with your commissions?
Yeah.
1 card.
I think I can do better than that. Seems like pretty decent advertising though, right?
Prove it.
If I
have a couple altered cards.
have some pretty good, legacy ones.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. True name Nemesis.
You were hoping your opponent was going to cast Hex Parasite and eat the candy. Huh. Ooh, found a cancel judgment. Off of that predict. I like predict. I wonder if it should be a one of in other decks. Does it have a place in Grixis Delver?
2 mana to draw 2.
Just a one of. I mean, we saw Terry earlier playing a Knight's Whisper, right? But it's not just that; it's manipulating the top of your library, removing something that you've put back with Brainstorm and a draw spell at the same time.
That's a decent meta. Evil Beard, not bad. Interesting, a couple interesting decks, a couple sweet ones, a couple top tier.
Yeah, I think we have a lands in the room tonight.
Yeah, Paul's here.
You had one Belcher player. All three in the whole country in Toronto. Is that what you mean there? All three of them?
All three. Sometimes they run Nyx Fit. Well, I'm happy to bring them that deck.
That's a good idea. Put candy on your Dark Depths, and as you thaw it out, give the candy to your opponent so they feel good about the eventuality of them losing. I like that.
Evil Beard, tell the guy who runs Nyx Fit. You're welcome.
So I'm pretty sure this is just Grixis. There's often a one of Tropical Island just so that there has been on and off anyway, just so that Deathrat Shaman can gain life if need to. Yeah. But I don't think he's running Leovold in this list. We haven't seen it. It's just the one of land. I haven't seen that in. I haven't seen the Tropical Island in a lot of the more recent winning lists.
I think most of them run it just for the death right, and as the man with the plan says, some of them will run Ancient Grudge out of the board. Yep. Not incredibly common, I don't think, but
it's an option.
Definitely seen it before.
Yep. If your metagame is you're looking for that card.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Otherwise, I'd just say run a Braid. Man, a Braid's great.
Yeah, that was heavily talked about. In fact, there was a spike on Lotus Veil and Scorch Ruined as soon as Blood Sun got spoiled, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't actually seen a deck successfully utilize it. It's fun.
Vast majority of Grixis Delver lists? Really? I'll have to go and actually look.
The problem is the deck is really bad if you don't get out of Blood Sun, right?
Not only that, but could you imagine getting Wasteland?
Well, Wasteland doesn't get to do what Wasteland does if you have a Blood Sun.
Not a Blood Sun.
Yeah, it's synergy. He ran into Belcher and Miracles. Yeah.
Belcher's like, yeah, okay.
All right, Josh has a Council Judgment, Flusterstorm, Brainstorm, and a Red Elemental Blast, which the kids are calling Rebs these days. We determined that earlier.
What kid did you hear calling it Rebs?
With multiples, kids. The kids.
Many kids.
The ones that are out there.
The kids?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, you heard it here, guys.
The other day I was like, hey, my kids, this card right here?
Rebs.
Rebs. And they said, okay, Dad, that's a Rebs.
Yeah.
Actually happened.
Did not happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be brutal. I like that idea, though. You're the Belcher player, and you show up on Enchantress. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Somehow you still won. Oh, not so fantastic.
We have an Enchantress player here. He doesn't play it every week, but...
Do you think GR Green Red Hydra Stompy is really the way to go, though? Is that the best move you can make with Blood Sun and
trying to utilize
Lotus Veils? It's an interesting idea, but yeah, I like that. If you're playing Belcher and then like every third time you show up, switch to something else.
Yeah. So what do you think? You think Deathright's gonna beat this Jace?
No, not when there's a council's judgment sitting in Josh's hand, and not when. Last time I checked, Deathrat Shaman doesn't do 14 damage.
Really? I think it was HC Fox who called it a machine gun.
Right?
Now would be a good time to show that it's a machine gun.
Oh, he doesn't have a council. Oh, he did have a council judgment, but he's got a supreme verdict, which is it's the type of verdict that has olives and pepperoni and green peppers on it. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's hilarious. You can't always assume that they're going to be on what they're on, but at the same time, like, you should probably at least keep it in mind.
No, don't think he has a Apex. Nope.
Predasaur? Not a predator. It's a predasaur. Like a dinosaur.
He's a predasaur.
Predasaur.
Yeah.
I don't know what a predasaur looks like.
It's a Groot Apex one.
HC Fox, if you don't mind, send us a link of what a predasaur looks like, please.
There's a handshake. Josh gets the match in 2 games.
Yeah, he looks like he's very comfortable in the Grixis Delver matchup. Right, let's check up what's going on over here.
So this is probably game 3.
I would assume so. There's 5 minutes left in the round.
Yeah, it might be game 4. I don't know.
No. We do know that Calvin likes to just jam as many games as he can. You know.
He's now a dinosaur because he didn't want to be like that.
Garrick knows it.
He's in with the trends.
So Predators just look like Garrick?
But a dinosaur version.
A dinosaur version of Garrick?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this.
It actually looks the exact same as the Apex Predator because he kind of looks like a predator. Predasaur, I said
Predator.
He kind of looks like a. Hey, look, that's a sort of Fire and Ice equipped to a Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah, not only that, but it looks pretty good. And there's the Leovold that whoever it was asking about.
Yeah.
Do we have Leovold? Yes, Leovold is definitely in the room.
This is the 4-color list.
Mm-hmm.
Plays some green, little bits.
Looks like Jeff has the option to take Calvin off of green. I guess he would draw Calvin a card, wouldn't he? Guess I'll avoid that. Probably just swing the Stoneforge Mystic. Actually, I'd probably equip up this Germ.
Yeah. That way you get in a lot more damage and gain life and pretty much win. And then you don't care that your opponent is drawing some extra cards.
He hates WotC for printing Leovold. Well, yeah. Any player who ever tells you and they're like, oh, I just want to play a deck that draws cards, and then they go to like Miracles or they go to like some blue deck, you know, they have obviously never seen Enchantress because that deck draws cards. Oh man. You
would target your own Germ with the shock effect, huh?
Wow, Fatal Push taking care of the Germ. Pretty good.
Might as well do some re-equipping here.
Doesn't look like he did. I think he could have.
Another line that Jeff could do is he could balance Leovold with Caracas before the sword trigger, right, and deal damage that way.
I think the line is actually going to be to return Batterskull back to hand and then put it back into play with Mystic.
Okay. Yeah, the Leovold creates an interesting situation for Legacy players where we don't really get a lot out of standard decks anymore.
Right.
There's the occasional card for sure, whether it's an Abrade or Fatal Push, or there's some things.
Yeah.
But really, like there's a two-headed giant set coming out this year, right?
Did it have new cards?
That will have new cards.
Really?
It's kind of the conspiracy of this set. This year.
I don't think that they would take something like that and make a lot of cards for Legacy players.
No, but they've made cards that are intentionally about multiplayer that have been broken or really good in Legacy.
Right.
So there's kind of this weird spoiler season where is there anything at all that's a bomb?
I would expect one card to be like somewhat playable, right? Like I don't know. I feel like that's how conspiracies were as well. They come out and you're like, is there going to be anything? You know, Commander comes out and there's going to be like, how many cards are playable?
Yeah.
1, maybe 0. Like the first Commander set brought us Flusterstorm and True Name Nemesis, and then we've gotten like 1 or 2 after that, but not much. I don't think standard sets are all that different. You might get one thing, you know? If there's more than one thing, then Wizards probably messed up.
Shardless Agent was in, I mean, it's still a supplemental set. That was in Plane Chase. We've also had, of course, True Name, and then
Council's Judgment was in 2013, I believe. Commander Shardless Agent was in Plane Chase. So was Strix. Strix and Shardless. No, Strix and Shardless were not in Commander. They were originally Plane Chase.
Yeah.
Both of them Plane Chase.
Strix has been reprinted in Commander, and Shardless Agent was in Eternal Masters.
Yeah, Dak Faden was a conspiracy card, and then we got Leo in Conspiracy 2.
It's a really fascinating idea, though, if they...
Oh, Council's Judgment's Conspiracy. Yeah. You're right, Wisman. Sorry. Not 2013. What was I thinking of there?
If they went even more specific and printed specifically Legacy cards, what would those look like?
Huh.
Instead of 1 card per set.
Oh, Deluge. Okay. Yeah. Containment Priest, Fiery Confluence. Yep, all those have definitely seen play.
Why did he draw twice? I didn't actually see it happen, but it would have been due to a Sword of Fire and Ice trigger.
Oh, what's the double white X card that's seen a little bit of play as well?
The Leovold response there. This is a Abrupt Decay? Is that what this is? Or a Colgan's Command.
Sure.
Palace Jailer is a very interesting card in Legacy. Absolutely.
Monarch. Unexpectedly Absent. That's right. That's right, Evilbeard. That's the card I was thinking of. It's seen a little bit of play as well.
Why would I play this? Because it doesn't target. That's why.
Quarantine Field was printed into standard, as far as I remember.
So we got a few new people in chat right now while we're in round 3 here. So if you guys haven't, go ahead and give us a follow. We I know, I'm sure some of you are sick of me saying this, but we do live Paper Legacy every Tuesday night and Friday nights, and then there's a kind of a mixture of Magic Online, a variety of Tier 1 decks, and some kind of more wonky decks as well.
Yeah, get some sweet brews.
Yeah, that we try and play and see if we can do something with. And that's a little bit more sporadic at the moment, so give us a follow that way, and that way you can get a notification when we go live, and then you're cool. Whereas if you don't follow us, I can't answer that. We also have a Discord, a channel just for people in our stream where we chat about stuff. We've got a lot of regulars that are in there, and whenever there's something interesting, we chat about it, or it's often Legacy related. Sometimes it's not. And then whether there's some interesting things happening here at the store, we'll talk about that in there as well.
Wow, Raceland just brought up your altars. We gotta check those out after this round. We have a little bit of time. You've posted a lot of things recently.
Yeah, some variety of different things.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the Discord.
Hopefully.
I'd be happy to show you guys a variety of new altars that I've got up. If you guys are interested here in the next little while. Looks like most of our rounds have been going right to time though, so we haven't had a big old lull. LSV is playing your legacy deck. What is your legacy deck? He's been playing lands, right?
I think
recently.
He's been playing lands.
It's a strong deck. It's interesting how some people really they try and like claim that it's not good. Mm-hmm. Oh, lands isn't good. You don't know legacy if you think lands is good, but they're the lands players who are like trying to stay under the radar.
The lands players are all just like, "Yep, it's bad. Don't play it."
Just so you know, the Discord link doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
How about the one I put in earlier? How about this one?
Got it.
These like tiny URLs that you can never. How about this one?
Oh, we found Captain QC.
Oh, it's a handshake. And
yeah, looks like we'll see Jeff in round 4.
Some death and taxes takes it down. You can type that in here for Tim. Let him know. Jeff got it.
I don't know if he won 2-1 or 2-0.
Well, I think time was called, so it should be pretty close to round 4. But if you guys really want, I'll quickly show you some recent altars I've been doing.
Let's do that. Yeah.
So, I started this out just as kind of a fun hobby. I've been trying to do a variety of different things with altars. Specifically, I've been doing some legacy decks for people in stream, which has been a lot of fun. I'm working on a Storm deck. I did some of the cards that are not foil in a Belcher deck. I think I'm just about to get started on a 4-color deck. And it's been interesting trying to come up with altars for cards that are still recognizable and the text isn't covered. I also
thank you for the follow.
Have been doing these masterpieces, which have been really popular online. I just recently did this one with a little bit of gold to match the Brea. It was meant to be just subtle, and I'm going to start working on one that has some pink in it for somebody that requested it. And then this is something kind of fun. Somebody asked me to do a full art, this abstract art replacement for their commander deck. And it turned out all right.
Yeah, it looks like your Lingering Souls. I really like them.
This one I'm still a really big fan of. This is for somebody way across the country over in South Carolina, but I think he's going to at least be playing in Seattle. I don't know if he'll be playing this, but these were a lot of fun to do. There's a Tinder wall to go along with those, and one other card. I'm going to put this on studio so we can see if anybody sits down, so we won't miss any magic. There was another. Oh, here's this Thirst for Knowledge. This is also for a commander deck. Again, here's this idea of how do you take a card and alter it to make it unique, but also still make it legacy playable for a tournament. And anybody who does altars can tell you it's up to the head judge, right? So this isn't guaranteed playable, but this is all done with airbrush, and so it's really super thin, and it's really still recognizable. The art, the text is still all very clear, but these are fun to do. I do a digital mock-up of these first, and kind of talk through with my clients who have commissioned them, make sure that it's something they like before I get it done and get it sent out to them. These Baleful Strix are going into a food chain deck. This is me taking what Rocky Altars does. I think there's some really sweet stuff he does. So I took a lot of what he does and tried it out, see if I could do it. I did it on a foil first, and then the foil Baleful Strixers are expensive. What kind of paint? I use a variety of different paints. I use, let's see if there's anything else real quick. Oh, there's a new Ewit as well. This one turned out okay.
You've put up a ton of new stuff. It's great.
So let's go back to our tables. So to answer your question, FC Reaper, I use a variety of different paints. I use, obviously, airbrush, and it's just a Liquitex. No, not Liquitex. Fluid acrylics, golden fluids. There we go, golden fluids. Most people who do altars with his blood. Wow.
Hey, later, man with a plan. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
Golden fluids is kind of the paint that most people who do altars paint with, whether it's with a brush or airbrush or whatever. It goes on nice and thin, where it's got a nice opacity to it, and there's a lot of variety of paints. I use that, but then I also use paint pens.
Ooh. Okay, get this. In our final match, so in round 4, we actually have Miracles versus Miracles.
And then
Miracles versus D&T. I say we watch the Miracles versus D&T one. I feel like we've had Miracles on camera at literally every single match.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I blame...
I did lend out a Miracles deck today.
I absolutely blame Brian.
Yep, it's his fault. It's his fault. So let's get these names updated.
Ah, yes. Round 4, the last round of the night, guys.
Captain QC has a nice hammer in case I run out of ink for my altars.
Oh. What a guy. Alfred's 2-1 with this Miracle deck for first time ever playing it.
Why is it my fault? I didn't lend out Miracles.
Brian comes in, literally says that it was his fault.
Yeah.
And,
but it's still
and Captain QC is like, no, it's not.
That makes sense.
It's not Brian's fault. It's Bryce's.
Let's update our round time.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Good plan.
It's almost accurate. That makes sense. Captain QC, are you going to play in Seattle? Are you going to fly across the country and into another country to play GP Seattle?
Are you going to fly across the Atlantic? Sorry,
no,
he's not. It's a quote from How I Met Your Mother. I'm sorry. Oh, they keep messing with the life totals.
Oh, I'll go fix it. Okay.
I was going to say I'd be happy.
Not coming to the U.S. Well, Seattle is almost Canada.
See, that was the second time we had to tell Jeff that. Unbelievable.
They put their mats down and then they forget to put it back.
All right, so we had to turn one important, and then turn 2. Jeff tries to resolve a Stoneforge Mystic, and Alfred was like, "No, not dealing with that." Forces it, pitches a. Oh no, he pitched the important. My bad.
Race Lennon. If QC plays Miracles at Seattle, it'll be my fault. Just saying.
Wow.
That's fair. Actually,
it's as far as that goes, he's got like the least approval rating of like any president we've ever had. Not that that's a topic that we really need to be on, but let's finish out this round of Magic. But I understand, Captain QC.
We are playing against death and taxes, so it feels like it should be political.
It does feel that way.
You'd be giving your money to Channel Fireball. I don't know that counts as giving it to the country, but okay.
No.
Why doesn't Canada have more GPs?
I'd consider going to one if it was in Vancouver. That's pretty close. Not too bad.
I could do a pretty cool portent altar. I've been enjoying doing the classic frame. I've been doing this neat thing where I leave just the border around the art, and then it's working pretty well. I'm working on a brainstorm right now for meal solutions for his storm deck, and we're even though there's several in the modern frame, we're going with the original Ice Age art. It's gonna look cool. Yeah, that's pretty much true of every GP everywhere, right? QC. There's like what 2 legacy GPs a year, something like that.
Yeah, totally. Or no, there's a couple more than that. But in the US, there's 2 total, right?
Yeah. Somebody played a Terminus. Oh, this isn't Miracles versus Miracles. This is Miracles versus Jeff.
Man, three Miracles decks in the whole room, and we've seen them like every round.
Yes, we were talking about that earlier. Why the back to basics spike? There's a lot of cards that have gone up significantly. If you look at Dark Confidants, up to what, $90 plus. Liliana's up above 100. Karn is jumped up to close to $100. A lot of the modern cards that didn't see a reprint or in Masters 25 are spiking right now because I guess because of GP Phoenix maybe because modern is
on a high right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are more interested in it. We got some legacy players that are interested in playing modern again. Yeah, Back to Basics is not reserve list, but we won't see a reprint from it for quite some time, I don't think, since it wasn't in Masters 25. At least
it wouldn't surprise me to see that card printed in like another EMA 2 or whatever.
When is Desert Shaman getting banned? It's not.
You want to win with Gristlebrand again?
Go ahead. You still can. Just hardcast it.
And I feel like Captain QC just got in here so he could whine a little bit.
That's what he does. What did we play Grizzlebrand with? Grizzle Storm?
Yeah.
That was a deck. And then as a backup plan in the sideboard you have Grim Monoliths and
then you have
Lake of the Dead.
What would you have, like 3 swamps and a lake and like a couple Lake of the Deads or something like that?
That was
you just turn into like this weird black ramp deck.
You're gonna stop me from storming? That's okay. I'm just gonna Grim Monolith into Grizzlebrand. Win.
Into Gristlebrand or
I don't think it's we have run out of ideas. I think it's we are realizing that our value, we're running out of value, and so we're going to spread it out for as many years as we can.
Well, as long as they can be making money, that's why they're doing it. But not only that, but these modern cards and they want to make modern affordable, right?
Okay.
They are actively showing that they're trying to keep it affordable. Could you imagine what the prices would be like if no master sets had been printed at all?
Maybe. There's an argument to be said that masters prices actually increase interest in modern, and so more people play modern, and so the prices actually go up.
Yeah. There are definitely cards that are like that. That's what they want, right? They want interest in their formats to go up. They also want people to be able to afford and be a part of them.
I'm very focused on this match. I am following the play-by-play intimately and know exactly what I would do in this situation.
Yep, there's Jace. The Stoneforge and a Sword of Fire and Ice looks like this is coming off the Stoneforge. Probably. They
have to jam as many unplayable and banned cards. Okay, so here's a hypothetical question. Would it be interesting if, you know how we had a You Make the Card years ago and we got the green creature? And then we had the black enchantment where you discard and things happen. Those were the cards that, when we made the card, that's what we ended up with. What if there was a You Make the Master set? What if, kind of like a fantasy draft,
whoa,
cards,
that'd be crazy.
Cards had a point value that was roughly equivalent to their economical value, right?
Yeah.
Goyf is at 100 points, and a Lightning Bolt's at 4 points, or something like that. Hypothetical, imaginary. So you can't just overload the set with value, right? It doesn't work. So there's some number that Wizard says, okay, we're capping it at 3,000 points. So you have to make choices. Could the community successfully make a good master set? Is it even possible? Or would the arguments just stretch on for forever? But, I mean, when it was You Make the Card, there was voting. There was blind voting that happened, I think, right? And some people definitely... I think the people that were interested in You Make the Card wanted more wonky stuff than powerful stuff. But that's a fascinating idea, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are really unhappy with all of the unplayable and junk cards that you're not even... It doesn't make sense. Why is Channel in a set when you can't play it?
Is that a Groot on the Plains, Raceland? Yes. That is a Chris Rush altered Groot Plains.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To go along with the Groot Brainstorms. Groot Storms.
There are Groot Storms as well in the deck. Groot Storms.
But I actually think it would be an interesting thing to see if the community could make something that they would be happy with. And that nobody could argue and say, no, I'm not going to buy this set. Or if...
You guys voted for it. The problem is, though, is that, like, do you trust the Magic community with something like that? No. Like, what person in chat is thinking right now, oh, yeah, the Magic community could totally do a good job with that.
Right?
Like, no, people are going to mess it up.
Yeah. So they could give you a pool of cards, much like a fantasy draft or something like that, right? And then each choice could be a 1 out of 8 or something like that. Yeah, absolutely. Like there could be guidance.
Yeah, there could be.
But then when it came down to what cards do you actually want at Mythic, and there's a point value in place so that every single Mythic can't be above $20, because that doesn't work. Which $3 Mythic would they put in, and would they be happy with it? Or would they rather see a set with all $20 Mythics and no $100 Mythics? Like you got to have a balance in a set.
Well, I for one would vote for Tree of Redemption as my Mythic. I don't know about you guys.
We'd call for a ban from a set they designed from head to toe. Yes. Hey, look, somebody won.
Crap.
You weren't watching?
No.
Oh. Let's jump over to our Miracles versus Miracles match and see if we're past turn 1.
It's bad. We're commentators. We don't know who just won.
Yes, absolutely. They have more data than us. Correct. But it seems like people are less than happy with their recent choices. And so Jace won. Okay, that makes sense. Davis on your left, Josh on your right. One of them is playing with a... Is it a fairy playmat? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Merfolk playmat? And they both have Search for Azcanthus. I'm really into this. Looks like Jace got exiled somehow.
You think Eternal Masters sold quite well? I agree.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, as far as Master sets, I want to say that one was like easily one of the least complained about ones.
I think the most
I
recent
remember
Modern
correctly.
Masters was really quite successful.
The 2017.
The problem with
Agreed.
Eternal Masters and no, not so much Eternal Masters. The problem with Iconic Masters and what I think is going to happen with Masters 25 is that they're reprinting cards that were low scarcity or high scarcity, right? There wasn't very many of them, like Recruiter of the Guard, and so they had a high value, but they're going to tank in price.
Yeah.
Just like Mana Drain did, and so
Actually, Mana Drain's like the same.
Well, it was like a $200 card, and now it's like an $80 card.
I don't think it's actually changed that much. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
The foil Mana Drain is worth about what the Legends one used to be.
Okay. Yeah, but you're right. They are absolutely doing that.
And so they're putting value in a set that isn't going to hold because of that. Whereas like the most recent Modern Masters with all its fetch lands, those are going to hold. Or Eternal Masters with some of the things that were in there.
Kind of funny because it's just making a lot. I actually feel like this Master set is like very, very geared towards EDH players, which isn't a bad thing. But as far as us, like we're a bunch of people who want to see Legacy, things become a little more available, and we're looking at this set going, great, like, okay, we got ports, Imperial recruiters, which are like really not all that necessary in anything anymore. Fantastic,
Yeah, Evil Beard, and so I think that's actually a reason why they should have put Mana Drain at rare. It's not a mythic value card, I don't think. It's a rare.
Yeah.
And Recruiter, not Recruiter, Imperial Recruiter should have be a rare.
I have no idea why.
Like the card is going to tank so far in price that the idea of putting it at Mythic because it's low, there's not very many of them out there. That was Mark Rosewater's reasoning of scarcity for printing it at Mythic, and that just seems so wrong to use that mentality.
Yeah. All right. So overall in our main match, our Miracles player Alfred looks to be taking a mulligan.
Jace is going to bounce a card, a Mentor. We have 2 flipped Searcher's Cantos, and nobody in chat has. Grim Monolith is reserve list, I believe.
Grim Monolith is on the reserve list. Yeah, I agree, racing him. I'm okay with Mana Drain being at Mythic. The card's insane. You really don't want to see a ton of them. Not only that, but it's not legal in Legacy, so like people don't want. You really don't need to put a lot of them out there anyway. Right. It's pretty much just for Commander players.
Yeah, I think that was maybe my largest issue with saying, okay, here's a card that's over $200. Let's put it at Mythic. That's not right.
All right, let's jump back over to our D&T and Miracles matchup. Stoneforge coming down. Brainstorm is casting response. I'm trying to find something to keep this off the board.
Sure.
Kind of surprised he didn't just wait a turn to try to get this Stoneforge into play. But it looks like this is resolving. Adder Skull.
Checking out his own cards. Reading. What is this thing I just sideboarded into? Okay.
That's a group planes.
Not bad.
You don't need to read that.
The canonist, or not the canonist, the cards can't enter from other places.
Containment Priest?
Yeah, Containment
Priest might look pretty darn good.
Yep. What? What are you talking about, Captain QC? We're in here watching Magic. We're not tied to the world. Interesting.
He's gonna cast Disenchant when he has a Containment Priest?
He was 76. That's what the news article says. I didn't read it. Or he already did. Captain QC. Hey, look, somebody's playing Magic Online. Let's double Q. Yeah, be right back. Yeah, that's kind of relevant. Terminus. When's this Terminus happening? Oh.
Did Disenchant ever resolve? Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, whoa.
So, in response, he activated, brought in Batter Skull, but then the token gets Terminus.
Yeah.
you don't get that germ.
No.
I guess that's fine, right? Might as well have it out instead of in hand. If you have another Stoneforge Mystic, would you rather have it in hand now?
Probably.
Kind of weird.
Definitely strange. However, with a couple more lands, which does look. Maybe is this the land into the Caracas?
There we go.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense.
Flicker Wisping the Batter Skull is viable. There we go. Alfred says, okay.
This is going to resolve. Batter Skull, end step, get a germ. Our cats and cantrips germ token.
It's cute.
It's actually holding a batter skull. The card.
The card and a knife.
And a knife.
But it's like a butter knife.
Well, sometimes you got some toasted butter.
You gotta put butter on that batter skull. Butter up your opponents with cuteness.
I knew Bryce would have a good one today. I was waiting for it.
Containment Priest, maybe a turn too late.
Or a lot too late. Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Which enchant?
This one.
Disenchant. From
Oh
Tempest.
my goodness. I was watching a stream the other day, and the streamer, I think it was Dismember, and he like mimicked as though like somebody in chat would like made the joke. Oh, it was fantastic. Which one, chat? Which one? This one. Oh, it was bad. I was like, oh man, I'm so guilty of me. So guilty.
I've only done that several times.
I've only done that many times.
Yeah. Flicker Wisp. So the problem is that when you play Legacy, we see the same cards, right? Every week. It's the same decks and it's the same cards. And so the puns get old because you can only come up with puns for the same cards so many times. That's why we like watching Brews.
That's why we like watching Brews, and it's why we have HC Fox around.
Here's a new card that we actually get to talk about. This is an actual thing. All right. We've got Flicker Wisp and a Sword of Fire and Ice on one side. Containment Priest and a Snapcaster Mage on the other side. It's going to bounce a Flicker Wisp.
Wow.
And attack with the creatures that never even needed to untap because they're just coming in.
That's... I don't usually see Flicker Wisp as a card that gets bounced back. I guess without a Vial, it's not nearly as threatening, but...
Yep. It actually works in this exact situation, right?
Yeah.
He bounces a Snapcaster Mage? Is that what he did?
Yeah, this is fine. There's nothing in the graveyard to take advantage of, I don't think.
But
yeah, just Disenchant was in the graveyard, I believe. I can tell if that's his exile. It's good.
I think the Brainstorm's in the graveyard. The Disenchant's in the
You think he will have a Brainstorm to cast here?
Which enchant? Captain Gizu says.
This one.
Not that one because it's in exile.
No.
Wait, so he's not getting back his Snapcaster Mage? Oh, there's a Containment Priest out.
I thought that was just one side of the board that it affects, though.
Nope. It's just if one would be entered from the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile instead.
Look at that. Just getting rid of Snapcaster? I did.
Flicker Wisp with the...
It's beautiful. Using your opponent's cards against them.
Here's a second Disenchantment.
I've never seen that happen before. That's cool.
Disenchant.
This one.
Taking out the sword, killing the Flicker Wisp, trading the priest for all that. Yeah, it is dangerous. In fact, Alfred's had enough. He sacrificed his Containment Priest to kill the Flicker Wisp spirit. Well, priests versus spirits.
Looks for Josh. Thanks for the follow.
Well done. Congratulations on clicking.
Much appreciated.
I'm proud of you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. As a silly block. Yeah.
Bryce is usually unimpressed with our followers, but he's proud of you.
He would have lost the... He would have lost the sword anyway there.
Look, a Groot Storm.
Oh, Oh man. Who's still awake? It's only Groot at slowing down Vile, really.
Most of the time, Priest is bad. Interesting.
It also stops germ tokens, right? No,
non-token.
It's non-token creatures.
Yeah, I think it's generally okay. Moon Knight, thanks for the follow.
Moon Knight, 1,492. That's a lot of Moon Knights.
Yeah, that is a lot of Moon Knights.
Can you imagine how many times he would have had to enter his name into the Twitch thing? And 1,493.
Yep, I guarantee you that person
1,494.
1,492 times.
All taken, and 1,495. Man, when is this going to end?
Guaranteed that's how it went.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that Containment Priest is pretty good against Vile. I mean, I think most times you have it, you will be able to manipulate it one time. You know, like you will get one thing out of it. But yeah, you're right. Like once that one thing has happened, there's probably a pretty good chance that it's going to be risky to have after that. So this is a Brunwing Mare. We brought this up earlier. This has the same ability as Thalia. That's exactly how it went. See?
Yep.
You just get him.
Took a long time.
Yeah. So this Brunwing Mare is a 3-mana 2/1 flyer that has a Thalia taxing ability. It will also get voted for twice.
Neat. Or once and then just removed from the game without another vote ever taking place. He abstained.
Whoa. I know you could do that.
It works every time I do it.
Yeah.
I vote for this one. Okay.
You're just like, I refuse to vote.
Yep.
So that's just going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Spell resolves. I cheat every time. No, it's such a fair process. Space, Kappa.
Hey, if you want something on your side to die, you can kill that too.
It's not all spaced out on that chat sheet.
Yeah,
on this one, it's all spaced out.
This Containment Priest is getting in, though. It's not really that risky of a card to have when it's your only creature.
If Jeff only draws lands from here on out, Alfred's going to win.
Really?
Unless he draws man lands that I do not expect to be in his deck, yes.
Alright, bash for 2. Jeff down to 10. He just removes it. He's like, it's 10. The life total says 10.
Here's a not helpful amount of ports. He still has the Swords to Plowshares and another land in hand.
I think these ports are fine.
They're not doing anything. You can cut them off of 1 white.
I'd probably cut them off 2 blue.
I mean, you might as well, but it's not going to do anything.
No, not much.
You got a monk from his mentor.
That was there.
Uh-huh. Very briefly.
We saw it. We saw it be there.
It was there. It got swords. There was a brainstorm. Monk came into play.
Mm-hmm.
And here's some porting. Because we're in Portugal.
We're not.
Because there was somebody from Portugal in here earlier.
There might have been.
It was like 1 in the morning there.
Definitely. It was like 4.
I don't remember.
They're like, it's 4 a.m. here. And I was like, you lucky. You have a good stream on at 4 a.m.
Predict gets rid of Force of Will. How do you know that was there?
Who knows, man? These people are magic.
Attack for 3. So we went through a whole bunch of card tapping and shuffling and drawing just so we could attack for 3. Jeff goes down to 7, and Alfred looks at the top card of his library and leaves it there. I don't think Jeff's going to win this turn.
I don't think so either.
He gets a vial,
That's not going to help him much.
but it's filled with ether.
Looks like we're going to go to a game 3.
Alfred won game 1 according to our record here.
Yeah.
And Alfred's going to win game 2. So we're
not
not going to go to game 3.
Dang it. Man, I'm so good at math. For some reason I was thinking Jeff won, and yet he did not. Big Goat 1K18. See, they only had to go through 17 numbers to get to theirs.
That's. I mean, there are a lot of people on Twitch.
Yeah, thanks for the follow. Good to have some new people.
Mentor
hanging out
number
with us.
2. There's absolutely nothing Death in Texas can draw here to win this game. It doesn't work. There's not a card unless he's got snuck a Terminus in and something else. I don't think there's a card that can do it.
No. Oh, what about that 6-mana spell that destroys all non-land permanents? That would do it.
There you go.
That would do it.
How about the one that says, I'm going to scoop up my cards and give you the win? All right, here we are in this much more exciting and intricate match.
We got some serious stuff going on over here. All right, so continuing on with our Miracles themed stream today. Not sure who is up on games, but we've got about 20 minutes left in the round, and we've got Davis versus Josh here. Josh has a little bit of red in his deck. Haven't seen that from Davis though.
Davis is resolving a Gideon. We've seen Josh play with Gideon, but I don't think he's playing with it currently. It can be really, really strong.
I'm sure these tokens that he's using are cool and all. I have no idea what they are.
One of them is a 2/2 knight. The other one, not sure. The person with the city's blessing wins. They both have it ×2. No, Josh only has 14 permanents out.
Oh no.
Davis has
Close to that.
13.
Gideon's real though. Can Gideon keep up with this Monastery Mentor?
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh my goodness. Jumping into a game. Oh.
What do you do when there's 2 Escantas?
There are not 2.
Which one do you find?
Oh my goodness, there is 2.
What do we do? Just keep bouncing it back and forth. The chat won't
Just
get
the
tired
whole
of that
game.
at
Like
all.
nobody's gonna hate this. Everybody's just totally cool.
Nobody's
with what's
complaining
going
yet.
on. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody complain.
Nobody's done our found it emote yet. I don't know why.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We clearly have found it twice.
Quick. Uh-oh. I've got volume on. There it is. I was the first one.
Wow, that's sad.
You can't find it twice. We did. We found it, and then we found it again.
Look. Found it.
Josh
Found
is
it.
over here making monks and attacking things.
Wow, I'm the worst.
It provides entertainment. Because this isn't a complicated board state, so it's not hard to tell exactly what's going on. So if there's this like text that's moving around, it just really cleans things up.
That is not the found it.
You vote. I think your vote doesn't count, Captain QC, because you're in a different country. Pretty sure that's how that works.
Not that your vote would count a whole lot anyway. In this country.
Yeah, I don't think my vote counts for anything in this country, but your vote definitely doesn't
Definitely count.
No.
If my vote has exactly 0 impact, then yours has negative impact.
So then if he votes the other way, does it have a positive impact?
No.
Oh.
It's just negative for everybody. Well, the council would vote.
Can you remember those times when people were playing? They were playing their own. What was the card? It wasn't Jace. You weren't playing Jace to kill Jace. You were playing. Oh man, I don't remember. You were playing Geist of St. Traft to kill Geist of St. Traft. It was a removal spell. That's what it was.
I think that was most famous with Jace Bellerin and Jace the Mind Sculptor.
The fifth Jace was in there.
That definitely did happen with Geist as well. Or yeah, or as some call Baby Jace. Even though he wasn't a baby at all. Yeah, looks like Josh takes this one. There was a handshake.
Miracles won.
I think you got this in
What
two.
a surprise! Surprise! Oh yeah, Stompy Dex played in Academy just to be able to destroy the Phantasmal Image to kill Geist. Was that a thing? Yeah, it was a removal spell. Neat. So Miracles wins.
Miracles took this tournament down.
And Miracles won our other match today. We haven't had that happen in a while.
Like 3 of probably like the top 5 players in the tournament were all playing Miracles.
Right.
But no, it's a dead deck. It's not good. It died when Top got banned.
No, it's still really good.
No, it's a great deck.
Yeah. And we found it twice, a few times.
We did.
That's gonna do it. That's we don't have 5 rounds. We only have 4. That was the end of round 4.
What?
So that's gonna finish it up for us here on Tuesday. Should we see if there's a streamer to host?
Sure.
I'm gonna take a quick look. You just go to Twitch, not our dashboard. But. We will be back here Friday night.
Oh, we're already hosting. Oh no, they're hosting us.
So if you type in up here, Magic. And if you guys want, there was a link just a moment ago for my altars. If you're interested, I'd be happy to do some altars for you guys. Send me a message.
That we were like one of the top channels.
Yeah.
I never looked at this.
Has anybody
Felt altars? Yep.
That's doing Legacy that I can see?
I think we just end the stream.
That's what we normally do. Oh, they're doing some Legacy on Magic Online.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep. If you like.
I don't know how to host people.
It's yeah. Okay, too many steps. We'll do it next time. Thanks for joining us, guys. Like I said, we'll be back here for some
7. Thanks for the follow.
For some Paper Magic on Friday, and maybe we might actually do a stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, because Masters 25 is going live on Magic Online tomorrow morning.
So Brian and Bryce will be here.
Yeah,
we're probably gonna draft.
I think we're gonna do a draft. So if you guys want to check out and see what the draft format might look like, we'll show you. I don't know. I have no idea what we'll end up drafting.
Mm-hmm.
But
the other thing is since Brian and I will be in Phoenix this weekend, I'm sure you'll. I think Matt will be here on Friday. There'll be a different caster, whether it be you or someone else.
I'm not sure if it'll be me. Okay.
So we'll work that out for the future. So
the bot says, yeah, didn't it post a link for Felt Altars?
Yeah.
Hooks for Josh. Oh, the LEDs you played against in North Carolina? Yeah, yep, those were me.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. So you had to play against some Belcher, huh? But you got to play against cool LEDs, so that's good.
That's great.
Yep. Go ahead and like the page if you'd like, and then you can see as I post new stuff.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Hope to see you here Friday. And then after that, I'm sure if you are in Phoenix, come say hi to us. we'll be having Paragon City Games shirts on.
Right on.
Come hang out.
And
with us.
I think Bren's gonna have some stuff with him to give away to people.
Yeah, we'll bring some Cats and Cantrip tokens. We'll probably have some shirts and some other things to hand to people. So. Yeah.
Right on. Thanks for joining us, and see you guys next time.
Hail Heroes.